Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
And here we go on a Tuesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark. Bob, we've made our way here to Tuesday, buddy. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
Oh, it's great to catch back up, Beam. Feeling good. Second day back in the saddle.
Mm-hmm.
Got a terrible night of sleep last night. Couldn't fall asleep. Just laying there.
It's the wanted
My wife was wanted to watch an old Law and Order SVU till 10, and I'm trying to read while that's going on. And
pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah, and then she just turn it off and go to sleep. I can't. I don't like watching TV before bed. Not anymore. And so I usually read.
It's that blue light.
It is. So I laid back down, or I laid there for about an hour, woke back up at 11:15. Yeah, I started reading a little bit, and I got a little cold, so took some cold medicine. Hopefully that helped, but woke up a couple times in the middle of the night, but we'll see. I actually I don't feel terrible now. I think that's a function of the fact I got a great night's sleep on Sunday night. So we'll kind of see where we go today. We've got a big day today with some stuff. We're heading out. We're doing our Rooster show from the new Roosters location opening up in Gahanna. Yeah, so that's good. That's why you don't have your wings today, Shark. You'll have them tomorrow. So we'll get that going for you. So pretty excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I didn't sleep that great either. I mean, I stayed up last night until Mayor got home. She texted me. She left.
Show up drunk.
She left Salt Lake City yesterday. I want to say at 11:30 their time. So what would that have been?
Oh, you've got to get on the early flight if you're coming back.
It would have been 1:30 our time when she left. Had a pit stop in Vegas for about 4 hours. She was talking to the gate agent. She's like, "What should I do? Should I stay here in the airport, or should I go somewhere?" She's like, "It's just you and a backpack. Get out of here."
She don't have any friends.
She tried to get on standby because their friends left on an hour earlier flight, which got them back to Columbus at 8:00. Yeah, she got on standby.
Hold on a second.
Couldn't get on that flight.
How did that occur?
Well, because they booked their flights earlier, and by the time she was booking her flights, it was $400 more expensive. She's like, "I'm not going to do that."
So why did she not book her flight earlier?
Well,
this is a conversation I feel like I've had with my wife a million times.
She just didn't do it. She goes, "I'm going to get back at 10:00. I said, "All right, that's not awful, not terrible."
It is if you have to wait up, and then it impacts your day as well.
Flight got delayed by an hour and a half.
Of course it did.
In Vegas. So she
couldn't find the fuel cap.
She's FaceTiming us. She was on the strip at the Park MGM yesterday, going around. She's playing bubble craps. I'm like, all right, that's good. She gets back to the airport.
By herself?
Yes, dude. She's by herself.
What a degenerate.
By herself, just hanging out.
Gambling by herself.
Yeah, just hanging out in Vegas.
How that's going on.
She was sitting at some coffee shop on the strip, and she goes, I kind of got the heebie-jeebies. I need to get back to the airport. It's Monday afternoon at 10:00 Vegas time.
I'm gambling by myself in Vegas on a Monday.
Yeah, after a pit stop. So she gets back last night at 12:30 or so. So it wasn't bad. I did fall asleep on the couch a little bit before she got home, but helped her bring her stuff in. But it was all good. I'm sure she's gonna have a long day today. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. Hey, it turns out if you have the most money in college football, you can run the college football playoff. We'll get into some proposed college football playoff expansion coming up here in our next segment around 6:17. Schlegs, he's going to join us live this morning coming up here at 6:30. The hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, he joins us at 7:17. Last week, he predicted the U.S. to win the Four Nations. The final is set. Canada won yesterday. USA lost last night. Sets up a rematch on Thursday in Boston. So, Jean-Luc, we're going to see if he sticks with the U.S. or goes with Canada coming up here at 7:17 this morning. We'll replay Schlegel at 8 o'clock, and Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program coming up here at 8:30 this morning. Before we hop into anything else today, it is Tuesday. It's the 18th day of February, 2025. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Robert, what you got lined up for us on this Tuesday, buddy?
Oh, Rockin' Robbie's got you some fun times, Beam. It is, why is that not sitting on the right day? It is Tuesday, February 18th, the 49th day of the year. Tomorrow will be the big 5-0, Beamer. And we will also have 316 days remaining in this 2025. This day, 1805, Adventures of Huck Finn is published by Mark Twain.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Maybe not quite that's the same thing, but yeah, it's published here in the United States by, who wrote that name?
Who? What do you mean?
Who wrote The Adventures of Huck Finn?
Mark Twain.
Do you know what his pen name was? Shark, do you know what his pen name was?
Samuel Clemens.
Good job.
Edgar Allan Poe.
He died on a drunk on a park bench.
He did.
Different writer altogether. This date, 1954, big day for a guy who has a birthday today. The Church of Scientology is founded, Shark, so I know you're pretty excited about that out there in
L.
California.
Ron Hubbard?
Yes. Shark, you want to talk about something about your Scientology?
You think we can do a live show from the Scientology place right down the street from us?
Oh, over there on 33?
It looks...
I drive by it all the time. It always looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Lights are on. Nobody's home. Mm-hmm. Always looking solid, though. This date, 1965, Frank Gifford, star running back of the New York Football Giants, announces his retirement from the NFL. He's going to be entering the media. Shark, did he go right into Monday Night Football after that?
No, because Monday Night Football didn't come around till 1970.
Okay. So a couple years
He
later.
worked for CBS, though.
He was the first on Monday Night Football. He was on the inaugural team,
He
correct?
was. Keith Jackson was there for 1 year. And then, maybe Frank came in year 2.
Okay.
Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell, and Dandy Don.
Dandy Don Meredith, that's right. 1977, Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann hits number 1.
I just think of Blow. That's all I hear.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's all I hear.
What's remarkable is the fact that Bruce Springsteen wrote that as well. And I almost like, Shark, the beginning of that more than like the rest of the song. Like, it's the way that it starts is absolutely... Here you go, Shark. Bruce Springsteen never had a number 1 hit on the U.S. Top 100.
That's unbelievable.
That was his number 1 hit as a writer. He wrote that for Manfred Mann. I thought that was the case.
That's some great bar trivia.
It really is. He wrote that for Manfred Mann. I've heard him play that live, Shark. It was pretty good. I'm going to be honest. I like Manfred Mann playing it a little bit better. And then this date, 2001, Dale Earnhardt Sr. dies in a crash at the Daytona 500, the 7-time NASCAR champ.
What looked like a relatively minor crash turned out to be fatal. He was racing at Daytona International Speedway and was on the last lap. He made contact with another car, and both vehicles hit the concrete wall while going 150 miles an hour. The result was blunt force trauma to his head, which is ultimately what killed him, according to the autopsy result. He had a host of other injuries, including fractures to his ribs and left ankle, but he was dead instantly from the damage to his head, which included a ring fracture of the base of his skull.
After the accident in Turn 4 at the end of the Daytona 500, we've lost Dale Earnhardt.
That was a tough one.
I remember laying on our living room floor. We were watching the Daytona 500. And
Very benign crash.
Yeah, my stepdad was just glued to the TV. Glued to it.
Didn't look like a whole lot at the time. And then obviously, there was much more that happened once they were able to get him out. Interesting about Bruce Springsteen as well, Shark. Highest Billboard topper was Dancing in the Dark. Went to number 2 in '84. He also won a Grammy for Streets of Philadelphia, first rock artist to ever do that. Some birthdays today. Sybil Shepherd turning 75. I remember her from Alice, Taxi Driver, some other great ones. Speaking of Scientology today, Shark, John Travolta, him and Tom Cruise, the pillars with L. Ron Hubbard up there, L. Ron, Lord of the Rings. Turning 71 today.
Hi, Sandy.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
That's good. Hey, Sandy, I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time now.
And what about?
Well, about that night at the bonfire, I mean, the way I acted, that was terrible. I mean, it really was. I mean, it wasn't me. You gotta know that. I mean, you see, Sandy, I got this image, right? I got this
Well, that's why I'm
image.
so glad that Tom's such a simple person.
Simple is right. Too bad his brains are in his biceps.
Jealous, are you?
Jealous? Oh, come on, Sandy. Don't make me laugh. Ha, ha, ha.
And what have you ever done?
Oh, come on. I can run circles around those jerks.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Didn't he look sweet?
Oh, yeah. That's a great one. R.I.P. to Olivia Newton-John. Turning 68 today, star of Wheel of Fortune, Vanna White.
Here are some things you didn't know about Vanna White. Although her name is now synonymous with Wheel of Fortune, Vanna White wasn't always the show's signature letter turner. In fact, up until 1982, the job was held by Susan Stafford. Before she hit the small screen, Vanna White was a beauty pageant contestant who'd competed in the 1978 Miss Georgia pageant. She was also no stranger to game shows, having appeared on an episode of The Price is Right in 1980. White was engaged to model and soap opera actor John Gibson in the 1980s, but sadly, Gibson perished in a plane crash in 1986. A few years later, White married restaurateur George Sampietro. Early on in their marriage, White suffered a miscarriage after announcing she was pregnant on Wheel of Fortune.
You know how much Vanna White is worth?
Oh, I'm guessing like $75 million.
Shark?
62.
85.
Wow.
According to Google.
Maybe that's accurate, maybe it's not. But that's still, it's heck of a deal for her.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon turning 61 from Wild Things.
The three of us should get together one last time before we split up.
Are you mad at me?
No. Look, I probably should have told you a little bit more about the part I intended to play. But we'll go through it all again tonight. This is a celebration, Susie, not a suicide pact. We're gonna chill out, just relax, a little champagne, watch the stars. Kelly, you got a blanket or something in the back of your mom's Rover? Why don't you be an angel and run over and get it for us? Let me tell you about this boat I got picked out for us.
What a creep.
And then he killed her.
Yeah. He's more fun in...
Did you ever see that movie?
I don't think I have.
Wild Things?
I didn't like the sound of it.
Watch it.
Okay.
Okay.
Got Kevin Bacon. It's got a lot of twists and turns.
I have seen this one. Molly Ringwald turning 57 from Breakfast Club.
Where's your lunch?
You're wearing it.
You're nauseating.
What's that?
Sushi.
Sushi?
Rice, raw fish, and seaweed.
You won't accept a guy's tongue in your mouth and you're gonna eat that?
Can I eat?
What a great line. What a great line. Le'Veon Bell, the Groveport native, turning 33 today. Some passings today. Michelangelo passing in 1654. Martin Luther, the Reformationist, passing away in 1646. Robert Oppenheimer, Beam, the nuclear man, passing away in 1967. And Dale Earnhardt, as I mentioned, in 2001. It is Drink Wine Day, Eat Ice Cream for Breakfast Day, National Battery Day, Pluto Day, as it was discovered today as well. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Tuesday, February 18th, the 49th day of the year, 316 remaining in this 2025.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. Looks like we're already in store for some major changes to the college football playoff. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, if you're coming in from Newark, watch for a crash on State Route 16 heading westbound. This is right at Thornwood Crossing, just a little bit east of Granville. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for Affinity Whole Health. I've trusted Affinity for 7 years for their testosterone replacement therapy. Why? Because it's natural for our bodies to gradually lose testosterone over time. This leads to brain fog, fatigue, muscle loss, low sex drive, none of the things you want. If you want to feel like you did in your prime and get your energy back, better mood, higher sex drive, increase muscle mass, then get started for free at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Affinity is local. They're accessible. They ship the treatments right to your door. feelgreatcolumbus.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinder Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting hindermotorcompany.com.
Save a good deal more at Meijer with bulk Gala, Fuji, or Pink Lady apples, just 99 cents a pound. Plus, during the 7 for $7 sale, you pay $1 each when you mix or match any 7 or more on participating items, like Meijer frozen vegetables, Bush's beans, Red Gold canned tomatoes, Meijer facial tissue, and Powerade sports drink. Getting more for your money with the Meijer 7 for 7 sale. Now that's the good life. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we're looking at temperatures in the single digits. Wind chills will be below 0. Heading into this afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high of 18. Cloudy on your Wednesday with a few snow showers from time to time, high of 20. And then a few snow showers on Thursday with a high of 23. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, Anthony Schlegel. He's going to join us live coming up here at 6:30 this morning. Very excited to talk to him. Ask him about how his big Valentine's/wedding anniversary weekend went. 21 years, I believe, for Schlegs. Is it 21? It was.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah. And he celebrated his anniversary by going to a wedding. How about that?
I know. He was talking about it last week with us. Went to Nate Ebner's wedding.
Yeah. So
I said last week with him, maybe you guys will be like the undercard to their wedding and you could renew your vows to make sure all the checks and balances are properly.
That'd be great. Just walk on up there, steal the stage.
Yeah. Steal it. Just share it. Make sure it's nice and warm for the newly minted married couple.
Oh, yeah, that's great. You know, keep the bed warm for them. I like that.
Did you see Russ Dellinger's article yesterday from Yahoo?
Oh, about the CFP?
Yes.
Where we're going with this?
Mm-hmm. You peruse into that at all?
I didn't read much of it. I've talked to Ross about this at the National Championship, so I have an idea of where it was going when I saw the headline.
Yeah. So we're 1 year into the 12-team college football playoff format. How would everybody here, Shark, you can put your headphones on for this. How would everybody here grade the college football playoff format for this year? What letter grade would you give it if you were a teacher? I think there were obviously some very glaring weaknesses to it. The fact that you had some teams get a bye, not doing anything and being ranked outside of the top 10. I think that was probably the biggest one. What you should have done was just have, automatic qualifiers. Okay, you're in. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a bye, but you're in the tournament. It's like the NCAA tournament. Win the Big Sky, you're going to get in as an automatic qualifier. You're not going to be a number 1 seed, but you're going to make it into the dance.
I guess people in their mind had a vision of probably in the ACC in the top 10, you're going to have Florida State or Clemson or someone like that. Miami, one of those 3 teams will probably be up there around the top 5, 7. In the Big 12, I don't know who they thought, but you probably thought somebody would be up there in the top 10. I don't think anybody anticipated the fact that the ACC would be a hollowed-out shell and the Big 12 would have been a hot mess. And then you're like, well, why are these teams that are barely only getting in because they're AQs, why are they getting home games? This is distorting all of this, or getting, not home games, but buys rather. This is distorting all of the seeding of where you would want to be, because it's not advantageous always for you now to want to be the top seed. You want to try to get a matchup against one of these other teams.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that was a glaring weakness. And I mean, I enjoyed it. Ohio State had to go through 4 monster teams to be able to hoist the national championship. Selfishly, it's fine.
Yeah, you're going to be a little biased because Ohio State was able to walk through the ring of fire and come out on the other side.
So Ross writes here, last spring during intense and at times heated negotiations over the future of the college football playoff, leaders of the Big Ten and SEC threatened to create their own postseason system if they were not granted a majority of college football playoff revenue and full authority over the playoff format. In the end, executives of the 10 FBS leagues and Notre Dame signed a memorandum of understanding handing control over to college football's 2 richest conferences. Soon, they are expected to exercise that control. Within the SEC and the Big Ten, momentum is building to further expand a playoff to 14 or 16 teams, assign multiple automatic qualifiers per league, as many as 4 each for themselves, and finalize a scheduling arrangement together that may fetch millions in additional revenue from TV partners. All right, fast forward to all that. Here's the most interesting part, I thought, of the entire article. According to who viewed the memorandum and understanding from last spring, the SEC and the Big Ten hold sole discretion on the future college football playoff format starting in 2026. Let me read that to you again. According to most who have viewed the memorandum of understanding from last spring, the SEC and the Big Ten hold sole discretion of the future of the college football playoff format starting next year. The beginning of the CFP's new 6-year television agreement with ESPN that runs through the 2031 playoff. The agreement grants the league decision-making powers over the format, but directs them to have meaningful consultation and collect input from other conferences before making their decision. It's the SEC and the Big Ten who are controlling the college football playoff at this point. All the other conferences, plus Notre Dame, have signed off on this. The 2 big dogs.
When did they say that sign-off
Last
happened?
spring.
So this was before the playoff. I don't think anybody realized that was the case.
Correct. I didn't.
And I talked to Tony Petiti. I'll see if I can get him on the show. Maybe him and Ross, and try to figure this out so that everybody can have an idea of what this is looking like. But, I talked to Tony Petiti at the Texas game, and he was super pumped. And he was, Ohio State was getting there because he's like, all right, we're getting 1 team in. And, he was sad Penn State lost the night before because he's for the entirety of the conference and he wants more shares, more money. But, we were talking and just kind of the generally of what needs to probably happen and what changes could occur and how that would ultimately take place. And I thought I was under the impression, I think as many other people were, that for any substantive changes to happen, there would have to be unanimity among all of the conferences.
Correct.
But apparently this caveat in there is saying that doesn't need to be the case.
No, because the SEC and the Big Ten now control it. You guys already signed it. We're taking over in 2026.
You signed it, and we promise to be collaborative with you, but we'll listen to your input, and then we're going to do what we want. And here's the thing. I don't think there would have been anything that would have changed had the SEC gotten 4 teams in, but the fact that they only got 3 and the ACC got 2, that's where I think they're upset.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to expand it and get auto bids. I said the Big Ten or SEC every year is going to get 3 or 4 teams in.
It's just the way that
between 7 or 8. Some of it depends on how good the rest of the conference is. The SEC would have gotten 4 teams in had Alabama not lost to Oklahoma.
Or Vanderbilt.
Oklahoma was at the very end, like near the end of the season. Or
I guess you're right, because they had that Vandy loss and they were going to be fine.
They were going to get it anyway. Or you look at Ole Miss losing to a terrible Kentucky team. Like there were losses in there that these teams suffered that's the reason they got bumped. And they weren't really great teams anyway. It wasn't like there was some awesome team that was left on the side. This wasn't whatever that would have been, 2004 when Auburn was undefeated and didn't get in, and it was USC and Oklahoma like that, or maybe one loss. Like that wasn't the case. So yeah, there's I don't know. I don't know if I'm for expansion to 14 right now, 16. I don't think there was 12 good teams last year.
I don't either.
And here's the problem. Like,
I'm with you.
Some years there's probably 3. Some years there's probably 7. I don't know if there's ever any more than that could potentially win it. This year I thought it was the flattest that it had ever been. And I think if some of those games weren't on home sites and maybe they've been a little differently, they would have been closer and maybe more competitive. But I think you looked around, you're probably, okay, there was like 5 teams that could have won it. And I don't know if any of those teams were outside of Texas were in the SEC.
The leaders in each conference have spent the last several weeks evolving a format idea.
What about the legends in each conference, Beam?
Legends and leaders. Which one were we in, legends or leaders? I don't know.
Lost the history.
I have no idea. Multiple automatic qualifiers per league. Into a more realistic proposal, the 14 or 16 team model will grant 4 AQs to each of the SEC and the Big Ten. So that's 8 right there. 2 each to the ACC and the Big 12. All right, that's 12. And 1 to the highest ranked group of 5 champion. And it includes 1 to 3 at-large spots, depending on if you're 14 or 16 teams. One of those intended for Notre Dame if it finishes inside of the top 14, a guarantee specifically designated for the Irish that is part of the college football playoff memorandum. So if Notre Dame finishes in the top 14, they are guaranteed to get in according to this deal that the SEC and the Big Ten are taking over.
I mean, you've got to be pretty bad not to be in the top 14.
Yeah.
Based upon like how
shouldn't play for a national championship.
Based upon how the structure's set up now, where you have NIL and everything else, like Notre Dame is going to be in there.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy to me that under the guise of night that the SEC and the Big Ten coerced the rest of college football to join them, and now they're actually just taking over the playoff format. It's theirs.
Which is wild, the fact that was always the case, that no one really knew that. Or maybe the other conferences did, they just didn't say it. Because they would have signed it. Like, people would have signed this and known that this was the case.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, oh, and I've heard Heather Dennis say it a bunch, and she's as tight as anyone. Any changes will require unanimity among the conferences prior to 2026. Not so fast. So I'm curious to see if they're going to make changes, and I'm guessing it'll be home sites, so you wouldn't have to worry about any other bowl stuff, but how that will look.
Yeah, I do too. Like, I don't know if you're going to go... I don't even know what the format would be. I mean, if it's a 16, teams are getting a bye.
Yeah, if it's 14, you have 2 teams getting a bye.
You'd have 2 teams, which I'm guessing in this memorandum that the SEC and the Big Ten are taking control of this, that their conference champions would be the ones getting the bye, correct? Like that.
I don't know if they can overtly say that. I mean, you can't say that our conferences will
They control the whole thing.
I know they do, but at some point there is like a room for minds to look at this and say it's still supposed to be a competitive. It is an invitational to a degree, but it still should be competitive and based upon, some sort of rankings or metrics or however that looks.
Schlegel, he's going to join us here in 2 minutes, talk about whatever he wants, including his 21st wedding anniversary next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. A heads up to drivers coming in from Newark. We've got a crash on State Route 16 heading westbound. We've got some lane closures right at Thornwood Crossing because of that issue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I'm in a slump. My energy took a nosedive out of nowhere, and I just don't have the motivation to get things done.
You're over 40. Could be lower testosterone. Have you tried Nugenix Total T?
Nugenix, the testosterone booster on TV?
That's right. Look, I felt the same plunge in my energy after I turned 40, so I tried out Nugenix to see if it would help me.
Did Nugenix make a difference for you?
Night and day. My stamina is way up now. I'm building lean muscle at the gym. I'm totally back on my game. And you could be too. Just send a text to Nugenix. They'll send you a complimentary bottle so you can try it for yourself.
Text ROCK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary
complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321-321. That's ROCK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey there, friends. Beau Bishop here. As football winds down, college basketball is gearing up, and fans are ready to see which teams will prove they are ready to shine in March and who will be seen in San Antonio. You can get on all the action from tip-off to the final whistle at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, new ESPN Bet Sportsbook customers can bet $10 and get $100 back in bonus bets and unlock 30 days of ESPN Plus. Download the app. Sign up with the promo code Radio100 to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
All right, it's a Tuesday edition of the program. It happens to be 6:30 in the morning, and we know what time that is.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
We head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, checking with our guy. He is Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Schleg Day, buddy. How was the wedding anniversary over the weekend?
Oh, Columbus! What is crapping? Let me tell you guys something. Buddy. It was an amazing weekend. I'm going to start it off with this. First, they had the rodeo Saturday night. I'm talking to my buddy Aaron DeLong down there at Durango. She kind of runs things. I said, hey, let's make everybody country again. Bam! All caps, Schlegs 20, you get 20% off Durango boots. That's for everybody else. 2, Schlegs 20, SCHLEGS 20. That's for you guys, okay? 2, I go to Trish's inauguration as the lieutenant governor. It was like a team reunion / before it started, I told Steph, I was like, this is just like, I feel like I'm in a team meeting. And side nugget, he said, my players probably think we're in a team meeting. Right after I said that, I look at Jeff Ulrich, I'm like, see, this is amazing. And Carly Daddish sang the national anthem. Schmidt Dog gave the opening prayer. Roy closed it down with the benediction. He was amazing. Trish knew everybody's name in the Capitol building already after like 5 days. It was so impressive. So excited for him. And then we celebrated the Ebners in their wedding. And we celebrated our 21st. And it happened to be Dougie Fresh and his mom's 21st anniversary as well there. So we had 3 people that were super smart and got married on Valentine's Day. So it was a celebration, man. What a great weekend. And then the Columbus Fury last night beat the #1 team in the league.
Beat Vegas, right? 3-1?
Yeah, beat Vegas. 3-1.
So they were fully activated and ready to go, Schlegs?
Oh,
you started them
the
fast?
crap out of them. Their piss was so hot. People were spiking people in the face. Ladies were taking balls off the face, blocking with their face.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was amazing. I was so proud of them. They're good. Let's go. They're getting better, man. They're getting better.
How was the couples massage that you and Steph got on your anniversary? In between somewhere in the inauguration and the wedding and reception, you somehow managed to smoosh in a couples massage.
Yeah, Kelly Douglas, she runs that joint. She's, that's McDizzle's mom, man. DJ McDizzle, my guy. So we went over there, had some bourbon. It was the commentary of my massage versus probably regular people. My wife's just over there laughing at me, and I just this feels amazing. Hey, how much pressure were you doing? Like, all you got. That's what it is. Like, if you feel something in there, get it out of there. You know what I mean? And it was a fast and furious Friday to be said, because we had. Let's see, I had work, then we had the inauguration, then we had the couples massage, then we had the wedding.
Jeez.
Then we went back and she flew out at like 6 a.m. the following day. So it was bumpy, but we got it done. Great day.
He is Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. How's everything else going? You doing all right? I mean, we obviously got a lot of Buckeyes preparing for the Combine, 15 of them Schlegs who are going to get ready to head to Indianapolis. I want to say next week is when that's going on over there in Indy. So we got 15 guys heading over there. What are your message to them? I know you guys had a chance to talk to Lathan yesterday.
Yeah, Lathan's amazing. The Combine is literally a thumbs up, thumbs down, or keep looking at the film. And, with what the guys did, like this is a unique year because the championship is all the way in January 20th, and you got basically 4 weeks to prepare because you need to take a week off to let your body heal. And, how are you going to be able to put your best foot forward? Like everybody else, hell, if you didn't go to a bowl game, you've had, 8 to 10 weeks to prepare where these guys have had 4. So it's like, hey, pump the brakes. I think you're going to see people that go longer in the college football playoff not do some of the things at the Combine, so they have more time to prepare. They can probably do drills and obviously all the Q&A, but the 40s and the bench, like you just haven't had time to necessarily train for those things because those things you have to specifically train for. It's very different than, hey, we're just playing football. Like, it's just a different, it's a different program, honestly, than what you need to be on. So, but again, I'm excited. I'm excited for Will in this year. I'm excited for all of them, man. We got a lot of guys. There are some guys that weren't invited that I think will have a great pro day. And it doesn't matter, man. The league is all about fits. So, yes, the goal should be you want to be drafted. You want to be drafted as high as you possibly can. But most importantly, you want to be drafted to a team that you fit with, that you have an opportunity that you can make a roster. So that's kind of how I've always looked at the Combine. But nonetheless, I'm excited for these guys. And side nugget, it was amazing to see Mr. and Mrs. Carpenter yesterday at the Armory. And I felt terrible because Bob and I were going to be able to sit down and have a convo for the first time besides on a podcast. And I'm like, and he got me this sweet Gitmo, it's sitting right next to me. The sweet Gitmo tank top that I can't wait to wear today when I do bench with
It's your
John
birthday
Simon.
present. You got to hold off on that, Schlegs.
Okay, I won't sweaty it up today then. I'll wear it only.
Yes,
I will wear it on the day. No, I'm not. Listen, man. If he told me to do that, it's my birthday present. So I will save it. I will pack it, and I will wear it on my birthday on the cruise.
What is
the cruise? Oh, and I did sign all the helmets and all the balls for the Buckeye Cruise. And Bob, you got to go back and sign all the black balls because you used the wrong marker. Not your fault. Not your fault. Not your fault. Just letting you know that on air. Go Bucks. Anyways, next question.
I don't like that, I don't like that, Schlegs. Not at all.
I know. I love you. Keep talking. What's going on, man? It's so cold in Columbus right now.
It is chilly.
I don't know what's going on.
You talked about the cruise, T-minus 9 days. So what's your final preparation push look like for that, Schlegs?
My preparation preparation starts from the foot next to the ball, and damn it, man. I mean, I'm still be preparing while I'm on it. We're trying to get the body right. But, just lifting heavy, eating thick. You know what I mean? And that's all I can really do when I have a routine like mine and I live in 2 states and I fly every other week. You got to get in where you can fit it in. But I got baseball. I got to fly back this week to baseball because we got a doubleheader in Georgia where we're taking on the defending state champ of Georgia. It's gonna be a great. I mean, they play tonight and they got one on Friday, one on Saturday. Then I come back to the Armory. Then I fly down to Miami to hop on the cruise ship to raise some money. I will say this: the thing I'm excited for about the cruise is I'm always excited now because we get to have current guys on the cruise ship and, just their interaction. And Bob, we've been doing this for 18 years and to kind of bring them into the fold of what it means to give back and be around Buckeye fans and for a great cause in the James Cancer Hospital and Brian's mental health awareness. And it's just great to be around them, one, after the season because I haven't seen a lot of them, and two, to be raising money for a great cause with great people in the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer family.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I hope you have a great time, buddy. We'll talk to you next week before the Buckeye Cruise, all right?
All right, sounds good. Live and local, baby. Let's go.
See you, Schlegs. Have a great day.
All right, man. You guys too. Bye.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Can you imagine a world without afternoon NFL games on CBS or Fox? We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. A heads up to drivers coming in from Newark. We've got a crash on State Route 16 heading westbound. We've got some lane closures right at Thornwood Crossing because of that issue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
Are you feeling tired, slower, or achier than you used to? You might think it's just age, but it could be low testosterone. At Columbus Men's Clinic, they've helped thousands of men who didn't realize their symptoms were caused by declining testosterone levels, a problem that's becoming a new norm in American men. Columbus Men's Clinic refuses to accept this new normal. They're committed to restoring testosterone to healthy levels so you can feel like yourself again, whether at home, in the gym, at work, or in the bedroom. For years, their medical provider has delivered testosterone therapy tailored to each man's needs. No one-size-fits-all solutions, just real science-backed results delivered by discreet local experts. Imagine more energy, sharper focus, and newfound confidence. A same-day testosterone check and consultation is just $99. Call 614-300-7400 or visit ColumbusMen'sClinic.com today. Your prime years aren't over. They're just waiting to be unleashed. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the Northwestern Wildcats at the Shot on February 20th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
At NJM Insurance, we like to think of ourselves as a symphony. We start with a foundation of doing the right thing. Then we layer in dedicated reps whose priority is you. Add in excellent discount programs. And last, but certainly not least, we put our policyholders first. And the reason we don't use jingles or mascots is because it's just not us. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Maybe your furnace isn't running so well. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater, or maybe it's just a leaky sink. Let my team take care of you the same way they take care of all my championship buddies. Check us out at CarpenterColumbus.com.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home,
Go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
You guys set sail for the Buckeye Cruise. We just talked to Schlegs.
Next Thursday.
All right.
Well, we fly out, next Thursday Eve. So that's why I said I'm exhausted already thinking about it.
You're going to be good. You're always good.
Yeah, I'm recovering now. I feel a lot better than I did, so we're good.
You sound better today.
Well, I mean, I think I drank close to 3 gallons of water yesterday. So.
I saw you drink 2 of them in here with us.
Yeah, I got a little tea. I need to drink 2 of these guys again. I'm off to a slow start because I've been drinking this tea, but we'll be good.
Bend your knees and hydrate.
That's the key.
That's all you need to do for a better life.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Sharky?
Yeah, Beamsy.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday to you, my friend.
How you living over there in that penthouse?
Oh, gosh. It's so much better to be over here than over there.
You're just an average Joe, Sharky.
Just an average Joe Schmo. You know, streaming is the name of the game in American sports these days, and it's only in its beginning stages. Amazon Prime has Thursday Night Football. Peacock has been ramping up its live sports coverage ever since carrying 5,000 hours of Olympic content, and now Netflix wants a big piece of the pie. Its chief content officer says the company is interested in bidding on the NFL Sunday afternoon games. Those games have always been on network television, currently Fox and CBS. Bob, the fact that could cost Netflix tens of billions of dollars in the next contract just shows you how large that company's profit margin is.
How much is it going to cost you, Shark? That's the real question.
I know.
Getting in the streams.
You can get the Netflix for $10 a month, but if you want the NFL package, that's going to be $149.99 a month.
As long as I don't lose my ability to quad box.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing that I've got, and I cannot lose that ability now. If you take that from me,
moth driven to a flame with the quad box. I can't stop watching it.
Get 2 quad boxes, get the octabox up there rolling. I mean, it's the possibility.
I don't know where to look.
Yeah, possibilities are endless.
Does it take you the same amount of time? Like, it takes me 2 weeks into the NFL season, and we do have the quad box in college, too, on YouTube TV, which is also nice, but I'm usually not watching that during Buckeye time. Like, they're a single screen operation for me.
That's why I usually get a single screen and then a quad box beside it.
Yeah, so it takes me a couple of weeks to, like, fully remember how to watch and retrain my eyeballs and my brain to watch the quad box. There's a lot going on over there.
You have to go to full overstimulation mode, fully engaged.
Uh-huh.
It is wild, though. We talk about this. Amazon Prime's got whatever. Peacock has had some games, and now just full-on Netflix diving into the fray.
Sunday slate, full afternoon Sunday slate is what's being
reality.
Recorded.
You cannot, the NFL knows this, they're king, and you cannot replicate the ratings and interest that you get from these live games. And that's what it is. And now you have gambling, and you have a fantasy football tied into it. And before long, you're gonna be able to gamble straight on your TV. Like bet, boom, boom, boom. You don't have to pick up your phone and do it. You'll be able to bet on stuff.
You'll be able to do that with your brain probably by the time that it.
You just think about putting a bet.
Oh yeah, you put the
Jalen
chip.
Hurts anytime touchdown score. Bing, 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 bing.
You put the chip in your head, and you'll like you and Elon, you'll be able to make the bets. It'll be great, Shark.
Just start taking time away from your life too. We're distancing ourselves further from the past, but it is pretty wild. So the current broadcast deal runs through 2033. Now here's the interesting part. The league does have the right to pull the plug 4 years early.
Of course they do.
Why wouldn't they do that then? Because that means more money for them earlier on, which then they get into a new deal, which then means for their next deal would also be massive, more money earlier on. So, yeah, by the time that we get to, I don't know, a couple of years away from now, Bob, like I'm sure that Fox and CBS they're filling their coffers.
They have a hard time competing with these streaming. The traditional media, they just don't have the cash.
What is Netflix worth?
I don't know, billions.
Well,
obviously.
Yeah, I know that,
what does it cost you for Netflix a month?
Who knows? It keeps going up. I get these emails that tell me it keeps going up.
I mean, are we talking $10, $15? Any idea?
I think it's 10. It's in the $10 to $12
and
range.
So if there are 10 million people in the country, and that's low, I'm sure, subscribing to Netflix, that'd be $100 million a month. So if there are...
That's just in the country, too.
That's just in this country.
And they're worldwide. I mean, they stream everywhere.
So
their market summary is $452 billion.
In just December, it said their net income, which obviously doesn't come into everything, was $1.87 billion.
For the month or for the year?
For the month.
For the month. So $15 billion a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that'll double if they get NFL games. I know it's going to cost them billions and billions.
Yeah, but they'll probably pick up another 20% of subscribers. They'll pick up Shark.
They'll pick up me.
Who's not subscribed to anything. Yeah.
That's Jan for permission.
You know, if you invested when Netflix IPO'd back in 2002, when they were still slinging DVDs out of the mail, so they IPO'd at $1.21. You want to take a stab at what their stock price is now?
Oh gosh, it's $1,000. $158.
Yeah.
$1,058.
$1,058 is now their stock price.
Gosh. There's probably been some splits in there too.
I would have to imagine that there was. Crazy town.
Once upon a time, Mike Trout was the best player in baseball. Those days are long gone, not because Trout isn't good anymore, but because he doesn't play much anymore. Over the past 4 seasons, he's played in just 266 of a possible 648 games due to injuries.
Sounds good.
And when he arrived at Angels spring training camp on Sunday, Trout met with his coaches, and they decided that he'll move from center field to right field. Sounds like a solution beam, but not sure if it's going to make that much of a difference.
Mike Trout, Hall of Famer to you, Shark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It stinks for him. Obviously, he's been injured. He got pretty emotional when he was... I don't remember with the injury, unfortunately,
for him. Why don't they just DH him?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
He would obviously have a very less significant chance of injury if he was just playing out there, but he's a 5-tool player, and it stinks that we haven't been able to see him. I mean, you had him and Shohei Ohtani on the same team. Mike Trout got hurt. Shohei's the best player in baseball, and they still never made the playoffs together. That's crazy. Yeah, so I guess good for Mike Trout. Moving position, Shark. Does this change your opinion of the Angels competing for a World Series this year?
No. Nope.
Yeah,
and I like Trout. I like him a lot. I wish he'd play more.
He hadn't played at all in like the last 5 years. I mean, it's been so long since I remember him actually playing.
A full season. I mean, when's the last time he's played a full to
Not even full. I'm talking like over 100 games.
Yeah, it's been forever. Let's go look at his games. He played 100 games in 2022, and then before that, shortened COVID season, only 60 games in there. And then before that, before the injury started, I mean, it was 2019 until he played 100 games. So he's only played 100 game season in the last 6 years.
That's my point. No joke, Shark.
No joke.
Let me tell you about this. I'm going to tell you about folks over at Affinity Whole Health. They're the experts in GLP-1s for weight loss therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. All the good stuff, all the science there. You've heard about semaglutide, trizepatide. Affinity offers compounded semaglutide and trizepatide so you can lose weight and keep it off with Affinity Whole Health. It's a sustainable weight loss plan that will help you Feel full and faster for longer. It's easy, simple at-home injections with support from a dedicated patient care coordinator. You go there, you go to feelgreatcolumbus.com, you sign up, you go take a visit. They develop a program right for you. They can even combo with a good TRT program. So you get your free evaluation and free labs for semaglutide and weight loss at feelgreatcolumbus.com. At their local office in Powell, you'll feel great. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Hey, good news for Bengals fans. It looks maybe, just maybe, like Tee Higgins could be back in Cincinnati this season. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Tuesday to you. Still watching a crash out in Hebron on State Route 37 westbound. Expect some lane closures right near 40 as crews work to clear up a crash. We're also watching an issue out in Newark. If you're coming in on State Route 16 westbound, expect some lane closures east of Granville because of a crash there as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for Affinity Whole Health. I've trusted Affinity for 7 years for their testosterone replacement therapy. Why? Because it's natural for our bodies to gradually lose testosterone over time. This leads to brain fog, fatigue, muscle loss, low sex drive, none of the things you want. If you want to feel like you did in your prime and get your energy back, better mood, higher sex drive, increase muscle mass, then get started for free at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Affinity is local. They're accessible. They ship the treatments right to your door. feelgreatcolumbus.com.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hey all, Austin Ward here, and this time last year was the first round of golf I played after losing 50 pounds with Awaken 180. I walked all 18, no ranger was called, and yes, I'm still walking 18 holes thanks to keeping that weight off. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not.
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be mean.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hoops fans, are you ready to score big and get lucky this March? What's up? It's T-Bone. I'm here to tell you that Bud Light will be holding mini hoops challenges at bars and restaurants across town over the next several weeks with one goal in mind, to send one lucky local winner to Las Vegas where they'll compete for $10,000. Take your shot at March Madness glory. This week, join Bud Light on 2 different nights. Thursday, they'll be at Classics Pickerington on Stone Creek Drive from 8 to 10 p.m. Then on Friday at Pastimes in Worthington from 7 to 9. Both events will have a mini hoops basketball challenge that'll give you a shot at a Vegas trip and $10,000.
Guys, let's talk about something real. Ever had a bad experience in the bedroom that totally threw you off? It messes with your head, your confidence, and suddenly it's all you can think about. Next thing you know, you're avoiding trying altogether because the fear of failure is just too much. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic comes in. For over a decade, their medical providers have been helping men overcome ED and providing hope even when the pills and other treatments have failed. Their proven personalized treatments have some of the highest success rates out there, with results that bring back your confidence and connection. It's important to get your ED treated now so that it doesn't get harder to treat down the road. Columbus Men's Clinic has treatments that online pharmacies only dream about. Tonight is your night for intimacy and connection. Call Columbus Men's Clinic today at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is discreet and could be the start of something incredible. 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. And let's make tonight unforgettable. Columbus Men's Clinic.
making it happen.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. For the second straight game, the Ohio State women won in overtime. Jelani Cambridge scored 29 points as the 8th-ranked Buckeyes got by Iowa 86-78 in OT at Value City Arena. Cody McMahon added 25 points for the Buckeyes, who improved to 22-3 overall, 11-3 in the Big Ten. For the 6th straight week, Auburn is number 1 in the AP men's college basketball poll. Florida is second with Duke, Alabama, and Houston rounding out the top 5. After beating Purdue and Ohio State last week, Michigan climbed from 20th to 12th. In hockey, it'll be Team USA versus Canada in Thursday's championship of the Four Nations face-off. The U.S. had already clinched a spot in the title game before last night's 2-1 loss to Sweden, and Canada gets in after beating Finland 5-3 yesterday. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.9% APR, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Hour 2 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Coming up here this hour, 7:17 this morning, the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre. He's going to join the program. Jackets camp back underway tomorrow. Got the Four Nations final coming up on Thursday. He's going to join us. We'll talk a little puck with him coming up here at 7:17.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
It was a nice little matinee for the Buckeyes yesterday. Got pushed to overtime by Iowa.
But they got the dub.
They got the dub. It's all that matters. You're just in winning mode right now for them. 86-78, doesn't matter. Overtime win. Yet again, close one. Back-to-back overtime victories for them. They are traveling to Assembly Hall where they'll take on Indiana on Thursday. So 86-78, final score in that one. Nice little thriller for everybody who went over. Bill Bender got to see a good game yesterday. And here was Coach Kevin McGuff on just his thoughts on the second straight overtime victory for his team.
Oh, my gosh. It's, I thought this game in particular, last game it was a combination of things. I think this one was more of, we had chances at the free throw line to really close it out, and we didn't do it. And to their credit, like Lucy also made some big-time threes late, and some of them were contested the right way. Some of them, one of them we went under a ball screen we weren't supposed to. So we let them, we left the door open with some of that stuff, but, we could have closed it out with efficient free throw shooting. We just didn't do it.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Again, they win. And I know that Kevin McGuff wasn't thrilled coming off the last game, saying we need to get our P's and Q's together and we need to be sharp. Let a lead fall again late yesterday.
Yep.
But ultimately, you're coming out the victors, and it's much easier to correct things in film, Bob, when you're on the winning side than you are the losing side.
It just feels better.
It does.
And listen, it's not the end of the world, if they would have lost, but they're in contention for a very nice seed for the NCAA tournament, and you want to make sure that you're holding on to that. Tough road trip on the West Coast, and so you've got to take care of this Iowa game and finish where they have 4 games left, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Got to finish strong. And so heading to the Big Ten tournament with some momentum, and that was key to get that victory. And when you give it back, okay, you're feeling a little rough about it, but they were able to then rally the troops, circle it up, and find a way to get a win.
Yeah, snatch victory out of the jaws of defeat. They've done that for a second game in a row. Like I said, at Indiana coming up on Thursday. Both Buckeye teams in action on Thursday because the men's team will host Northwestern coming up a little bit later in the week as well.
Must win for them.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta beat who you're supposed to beat at this point. Really, it would be nice to just win every single game left on your schedule with 5 to go. Canada 5, Finland 3 yesterday. Things got dicey a little bit late for the Canadians. Michael Granlund scored 2 in the 22 seconds to get from a 4-2 or 4-1 lead for Canada. Then it got chopped to 4-3. And we know going into overtime would have been not great for either of those teams because the U.S. ended up getting beat by Sweden. So if they did get to an overtime, whoever would have won, Sweden would have gotten their way in there. It was tough for the U.S. 2-1 loss against Sweden in the Four Nations. Matthew Tkachuk was out. Austin Matthews was out. Charlie McAvoy was out. And then Brady Tkachuk slammed into the cage. He left the locker room that said, I'm done. But hopefully they're able to get those guys back before Thursday's tilt between Canada and the U.S. on Thursday. It's going to be great theater. I'm watching.
It's Thursday night?
Thursday evening.
I can't wait. What channel is that on?
I believe that is on ESPN ABC, Bob.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock in on
I don't know if that's on ABC or ESPN, but I know that they have the rights to it. And last night's game was on TNT or True TV, one of those two. So you get a nice little title rematch coming up on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Crew in action Saturday, their season opener against Chicago. Did see this yesterday from the Crew that they have signed Patrick Schulte to a contract extension, keeping him here through the 2027 season. So that's good. Working on getting a Crew player to be able to join us a little bit later on in the week to be able to preview the season and what that's going to be like. So we'll let you know when we get that ironed out, but that's coming a little bit later on in the week. But good job out of Patrick Schulte. Club option for 2028 inked to 2027 here in Columbus. How that works out, not sure. He bolstered his contract and maybe a situation where that transfer fee now goes up because of the contract extension. So we'll see with that what national team coach Mauricio Pochettino is telling him as well, whether he gets some minutes, because there's a very good likelihood, Bob, by the time that we get to the 2026 World Cup next summer here, that Patrick Schulte could possibly be our starting goalkeeper for the U.S. So we'll kind of see what happens on that front. But did see a little Crew news yesterday. Did you see the situation kind of brewing down in Cincinnati with this yesterday, Bob? And the Tee Higgins, Trey Hendrickson, Jamar Chase saga?
I have not.
So the Bengals are hoping to pull off
the twilight breaking dawn.
An ambitious and expensive offseason. Will attempt to secure a trio of stars who need new deals. Obviously, the Jamar Chase situation needs to get done. I don't know what his contract offer was last year. I know there was one. He said, no thanks. We're going to go to next season. The price has continued to go up, as we know, through the salary cap. So they're going to want to get that done. Trey Hendrickson, who has mega outperformed his contract.
Yep.
What did Nick Bosa sign? Like a $32-a-year annual deal?
It's tough because Hendrickson had just signed that deal the year before. And I think they gave him some more cash last year in it. I think he wants to stay there, too. But,
I do, too.
I mean, you just want to make sure that you're getting paid market rate.
Yeah, for sure. And, his market rate is half of what the top players at his position are getting.
Yeah.
So that's tough. And I understand both sides. You signed the contract from a Bengals perspective, and then from Trey Hendrickson, well, I've had 17.5 sacks for the last 2 years. And I'm one of the best edge rushers and defensive ends in the NFL. And then here's the big one. Starts with Tee Higgins, who is set to hit free agency on March 12th.
Yeah.
All right. But I did see that James Rapine of Sports Illustrated reporting yesterday that Cincinnati has planned out the non-exclusive franchise tag on Higgins, which would give the team and the player until July 15th to negotiate a long-term deal.
I don't like that.
And if no deal is reached, here's the kicker with the double tag, because remember, Tee Higgins was tagged last year. He would play on a salary of $26.17 million, which is like 1.5 times the rate of last year.
Yeah,
correct?
I don't like that, though. Like, Rothman loves it. We'll just get the best out of him. We'll pay him pay as you go. And I'm like, then you have a guy like last year who wasn't playing very much, and he was only going to play when he was 100% healthy, and he wasn't going to go in and probably put himself at risk for the team more than he was required to because they weren't making a commitment to him. I used to get in arguments with Rothman all the time. He said, well, that's not how it's supposed to go. I'm like, it is. Because if you're not committed to me, I'm not going to go out there and put bad film out there if I'm beat up in an attempt to help us win. I'm going to get myself healthy.
You saw that this year with him.
And that's my point. You already saw that once this year. I've already seen that movie. I don't want to see it again. All right? I watched it one time. I don't need to see Eastern Promises again, Beam. All right?
Well, and the bathhouse scene is so good. It keeps you coming back.
I don't need to watch A Star is Born one more time.
I'm good.
I watched it.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Don't need to go back and watch it a second time.
You're giving me terrible movie suggestions that make me want to drink heavily towards the end of the movie. That's the only solace is that I'm drunk and not them when it's over.
Yeah.
That's the only solace at the end of those movies. And that's what it's going to be with the Bengals, is the fact that it's a trudge, and then you die. There's no happy ending.
Ultimately, what you're trying to do is keep Joe Burrow happy, right?
Yeah, because Joe Burrow came out and said Philly paid everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well.
I want to say the Bengals, and I'll try to pull up the stat a little bit later in the show. I did see a graphic that the Bengals have the least amount of players tied to their salary cap outside of Joe Burrow in the entirety of the NFL.
Oh, yeah. They are very frugal, and it's because they don't have cash to be able to give guys money up front just due to the constraints. Or maybe they do, and they just are very frugal with it. Like, that's the problem. Like,
and they've always been that way.
Well, because they got to bring on a partner, do something, like whatever it takes. I don't care. It's not my job to tell you how to get it done. It's just my job to say you need to get it done.
Yeah.
Or else your quarterback is in 3 years going to tell you, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. And
like
so
what Carson Palmer did.
Shark mentioned his name last week. I was refusing to mention that situation, but that's where your mind goes, right?
It's what happens. Because guys are sick of not winning. I've committed to you, and you won't pay anybody. Well, we paid you. Okay, well, I want to win. I can go anywhere and win. I can go anywhere and get paid. I want to go win. And you're wasting a guy who is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in his prime because of how you're managing these situations. You can do it. Look at Philly. Look at what they've been able to do.
Yeah, I think they have.
My dad told me this a long time
I think they have 8 players, Bob, over the $20 million threshold.
And you have to eat money at times, and there's going to be, but you got to make sure you draft well, sign the right guys, and all those things. Like, that's also investing in your scouting department and everything else. My dad would always tell me about the NFL. He's like, if owners want to make money, they'll make money. If you want to win, you'll win and make money. And so, I mean, except for the Haslam's, they want to win. They haven't gotten that down yet. Although they did get the Browns Shark their first playoff win since being back. So they got you that. There's that for you. But yes, if you want to win, like look at Philly, you spend a lot, it'll happen. As long as you have the right guys in there and you don't have guys that are meatballs up there doing it, you'll be fine.
DC on the YouTube chat said, Tee Higgins re-signing is awful for Bengals fans. Wrapping that much salary up on offense for a team whose defense couldn't stop a leaky faucet is going to yield more of the same.
But here's the thing, like they were sitting Von Bell and playing young guys. Like, they weren't even playing their best players last year.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Like they're a mess. And you've got to draft better and you've got to get guys prepared. Like I don't disagree with some of his statement, but there are other underlying issues.
Yeah, they're not a perfect team. You got to fix some things. We know their defense stunk last year, right? Defense stunk, and they laid clunkers at the very beginning of the season because Jamar Chase and Tee Higgins and some of those guys didn't practice. Like that's what happens. Yeah. That's what happens when you don't pay your guys. Jamar Chase sat out all last season because he wanted a new contract, didn't get that done, and then Tee Higgins got a little bit banged up and said, "I can't play."
Yeah,
it happens. But yeah, you got to fix some things. No organization is perfect, but the money is there and available. And I think if you're a Bengals fans, at least this is pointing in the right direction. I don't know about tagging T the second time, but apparently that looks like what it's going to do.
Terrible idea.
But all indications that are they at least going to try. That may be
Shark,
just public facing.
I want you to find the Mike Brown pie cut that's in the dad. It's in there.
What's he talking about? Piece of the pies?
Yes, of how the salary cap works.
The hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, he's going to join us. We'll chat some Four Nations and the Jackets return to the ice this weekend with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we're watching a crash on 315 just north of 670. We've got the right lane blocked off as crews clear an issue there. On the southeast side, 33 westbound slow moving due to a crash near Gender Road. And we're still watching slowdowns out in Newark on State Route 16 due to a crash just east of Granville. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon. Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You'll find low prices on thousands of items. The yellow and red tags mean you'll save big on sparkling ice water, Kroger brand chips, and so much more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and by the time that you're hearing this message, I'll be down 50 pounds. That is 50. I recorded this last Thursday when I was down 48 pounds, and yep, I've probably already hit 50 by now. That's how fast Awaken 180 works. Now, how many hours of working out did it take? How many parties did I have to skip? Not that I party anyways, but how many did I have to skip? None. How many injections did I have to take? None. Zero. Nada. I did it by eating to lose weight with Awaken 180. That's it. Just over 2 months, I've dropped 50 pounds without making my life miserable. Maybe you're rocking a XXX like me, size 40 pant. Maybe you're swimming in your XXLs and thinking about what life would feel like in an XL. I promise you, if I can do this, so can you. Awaken 180 is simple. The coaches are awesome, and the results come quick when you're doing it the correct way. It's not only about hoping to lose weight, it's about knowing that you will. Awaken 180 Weight Loss makes it simple. You can get started and see for yourself. Reserve your consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, 2 windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah, a talking window."
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Black history is American history. In this Black History Month, the Ohio Education Association is celebrating the many Black Ohioans who have shaped our past and who are paving the way for a brighter future for all of us. I'm OEA President Scott DeMar, and as a high school social studies teacher, I've seen how important it is for our students to receive a full and honest education so they can become better critical thinkers. Join the Ohio Education Association in standing up for our students' freedom to learn.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Bundle up as we got some bone chilling cold out there today. Temperatures are in the single digits right now. Wind chills are below 0. This afternoon, we're going to be looking at a high around 18. Tonight, we get down to 11 degrees for the nighttime low. Cloudy on your Wednesday with a few snow showers, high of 20. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Before we get to our guy, the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre.
Oh boy, you hear the sound. You know what that means. That means it's a Tuesday, an appetizer Tuesday, which means that Rooster is the featured appetizer. Well, it's going to be merely be $3. You want to know what the featured appetizer is going to be today?
Please do tell.
Oh, it's a delicious one. breaded and fried, the delicious chips served with Rooster's homemade ranch dressing. I think, and they think, they're a big deal. It's the fried pickles beam, and they're going to be $3 all day long at Roosters. And how about this? Today, we've got the soft launch, and pretty soon they're going to have a full-on launch for the Roosters location on Morris Road.
All right.
So I'm going to be over there today. We're going to do our podcast over there. I'll get Shark his wangs today, and we'll get that rolling over there. So they're pretty excited about that. And not sure when it's going full live, 312 seats, party room, patio, carry-out orders, big TVs, everything you need over on Morris Road in Gahanna. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to play That's What He Said. And the winner of That's What He Said is going to receive a $50 gift card to our good friends over at Roosters.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Bean Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Every Tuesday at this time, we head out to the hotline, check with our guy. He is the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre. Jean-Luc, always appreciate the time. Before we get to talking some puck here, where in the world were you skiing at? I saw you and your son went on a nice little ski trip.
Yeah, over in Snowshoe, West Virginia. I'm actually still there right now, so it's I don't know if you've ever been there. Everybody I talk to seems to be from like Tennessee or like North Carolina and Georgia, but it's a wonderful place, and the weather's been fantastic.
I've never been to Snowshoe. I've always wanted to go. We've always been a Seven Springs or a Holiday Valley kind of family, but correct me if I'm wrong, Jean-Luc. It's Snowshoe's interesting because the resort is built on the top of the mountain, right? And then you ski down. Is that correct?
That is correct. I can step right out of the condo that we rented, right out, and like literally right onto the slopes, which is so cool. I mean, it really is completely unique experience. The only thing is the wind is brutal. The first day we got there, I thought that the roof was going to fly off the building, and it indeed did, because yesterday when I woke up, you could see shingles all over the walkway. It was so bad.
That seems pretty significant there. Jean-Luc, this is your first international hockey tournament as an American citizen. Where are allegiances going?
Honestly, so watching the first game, Saturday night, I was very divided, right? It was, obviously there was like the boo for the national anthem, and I was like, come on, guys, we can't do that. You got to do better than that. Talking to the Canadian guys, and as an American, I was kind of like, you got to respect the flag. And then the game started, and everybody's fighting, and I was like, oh, boy. It was kind of like that's the way my mind was working, right? I was fighting with myself, and these guys were fighting with each other. And then, but in all seriousness, I thought it was a great game. This is exactly what, when the tournament started and they announced this whole thing, I was very hesitant to know if it was really going to be as intense as it's been so far. But obviously the NHL knew exactly what they did. And I think the players, you got to give them credit. They're taking it really seriously. So to me, it's probably the best hockey I've seen my whole life was watching that game.
It's obviously not the Olympics, but, Jean-Luc, when you factor in, this versus like an all-star game, whenever you can have players play for their flag, I'm like, there's going to be an intensity there that doesn't exist in just some random all-star game where you're east or west or whatever it is. This is you're seeing some passion and intensity. I think it's winning the year with any type of all-star matchup.
Oh, there's absolutely 100%. Much better than an all-star weekend, which, I could really do without. But on top of it, the difference between the Four Nations tournament or if you do a World Cup versus the Olympics is the rules are different too, right? So if it were the Olympics, it wouldn't be nearly as physical as a game because international rules, you can't fight. They're a little more lenient on big hits with the NHL versus international hockey. So it's a completely different rule when you play international hockey at the Olympics. So to me, the Four Nations, as far as the intensity, you'll never be able to match that.
He is the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, Jean-Luc, I'm going to give you the opportunity because last week at this very time, you picked the U.S. to win it. Are you staying with your prediction or are you changing it to Canada because we're getting the final Thursday night?
I still believe the U.S. team is the best. You can't count Canada out, of course, but I think, listen, so U.S. are going to be at home. The only concern that I have for the U.S. right now is, Canada was missing Kel McCarr in their first matchup. Now he played yesterday against Finland, so he's back. On the U.S. side now, you have a lot of injuries. So Matthews was out yesterday. Matthew Tkachuk was out. Brady Tkachuk got hurt a minute into the game. And then Charlie McAvoy, I just saw was admitted in the hospital, so he's out as well. And those guys are big pieces for the U.S. team, character-wise. So there's a lot of players missing. So hopefully their crowd can get them there. But that matchup might be even better than the first one because, unfortunately for the U.S., there's some big guns missing.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see what happens Thursday night at 8 o'clock. I'm sure you'll be tuned in. Everybody's going to be tuned in because they really have won these last 10 days or so from when they started the Four Nations. All right, let's talk about it. Jackets get back to their season Saturday. They got the Blackhawks coming into the building. What are these next few days going to look like? I believe it's their last day off. They go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Dino has talked about it with us and about how they're going to try to have a little mini camp back, Jean-Luc. What are these next 3 days kind of going to look like in the ramp back up to this playoff push, hopefully in Columbus, these next couple of days before they get back to it on Saturday?
Well, it's going to be probably some high-intensity practices for the first 2 days where, it's going to be a high pace, doesn't necessarily need to be long. And then, obviously, by Friday, back to technical stuff, whether it's power play, penalty kills, making sure that the lines can mesh with each other, and then right back at it Saturday, like you said. But as a player, it's kind of exciting. You're refreshed. You get your tan. Everybody's asking, how was your trip, right? And then it's, in a hockey season, you never get a break like that. So the closest thing they've had this year, I think, is 4 days off, and they still had to practice. So really, it's going to be a nice little reset for that last final sprint into the playoff push here. So it's going to be really interesting to see what team is going to be on top of their game when this restart happens. And that's why those next 4 days are going to be so important for all the coaches around the NHL. So for the Blue Jackets, it's the same thing. Obviously, there's going to be some excitement with probably the captain Boone coming back and joining the team full-time, hopefully. And then I would expect Kirill Marchenko as well to be back. So at least we get some bodies back after that little break.
It's big getting Marchenko back if coming back that quickly. Obviously, you're getting a new procedure done. Thursday night, will those guys be having a watch party for the game together, going back and forth, you think?
You know what? I would not be surprised. I know like the alumni, we have our alumni fantasy camp going on starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we already have, I'm pretty sure that Thursday night we have our draft for all the fantasy players that are going to be attending the camp. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a big screen set up with the game and watch that because this is definitely a game that I'm not going to miss no matter what happens. So unless I had a childbirth happening, where I'd probably have my iPad in the room with my wife, there's no way I'm missing that matchup. And I feel that most of the United States are going to be watching that one. Even here in West Virginia, I'm not joking, a lot of people were watching the Sweden-U.S. game last night at the bar. And you wouldn't believe the amount of hockey jerseys going down the slope. It's pretty cool.
What time's first trail today, Jean-Luc?
Well, now I'm up. My son is still sleeping, so probably hit Starbucks and then hit the slopes at 9 o'clock. Nice. So yesterday we went from 9 to 9 yesterday.
Ooh,
so
that's a big day.
Yeah, it was 9, then we grabbed lunch, then afternoon session till 4:30. The first mountain closed, and then right down the road you take a bus, and they take you to the night. There's a night slope as well, mountain. It's not a slope. Mountain that they open up, and that one's open from 4:30 p.m. No, from noon to 9 p.m. So we shredded it all the way till 9:05 last night.
I'm sure your legs are feeling awesome this morning for 12 hours in ski boots.
Yeah, I'm not in shape like you, Bobby, but I'm still feeling okay today. So let's see how I feel tomorrow.
Jean-Luc, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. Enjoy the skiing today. Enjoy the Four Nations. Looking forward to being back on the broadcast on Saturday, and we'll check in again next week, all right?
All right, guys. Have a great one. See ya.
There he goes, our guy, the hyphenator, Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Turns out if you have the most money in college football, you can then just run the college football playoff. That's in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Watching a crash on 315 northbound just north of 670. We've got the right lane blocked off just past Goodale Street. Also watching slowdowns on 33 westbound on the southeast side due to a crash near Gender Road. And to our friends out in Newark, expect to be slow moving on State Route 16 westbound just east of Granville because of a crash over there as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon.
Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter.
Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up 1 hour away from right now, Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program. I'm not going to lie, when Jean-Luc said he skied yesterday for 12 straight hours, that's a long day in the boots, man.
It is.
That's a long day for him.
Gave you some anxiety, didn't it, Beam?
Not necessarily anxiety, but I could feel my legs grow in pain after he said 12 hours. Really, it's just my feet. My feet get so uncomfortable in those ski boots after a couple hours, so I'll take them off.
That was before you were awake, Beam.
Yeah, that's
now
true.
that you're awake, you might be able to do a little more.
Think my ski boots are going to feel better on me?
Maybe.
I'll let you know.
Trim those feet up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good. Leaning up everywhere, Beam.
I got to get out. I haven't been out in a couple of years. I need to go at some point. Yeah, this week will be a good week.
Drag you out there?
No, I just go by myself. I mean, she spent the whole weekend skiing with her friends. Maybe I'll just say on Friday night, you know what, I'm just going to go by myself up there. Sounds like a pretty good time. Maybe I'll just take Willie with me Friday afternoon.
I don't know if he's quite there, but
we have a leash. We got a ski leash for him.
A ski leash?
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, you just
Is that the same thing that doubles as Theo's leash?
I wish. That's much shorter than the ski leash. Yeah, it's like a harness. Like you put it around him on the skis, and then you ski behind him.
Like Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, you ski behind him, and then like have some resistance on him while he's going, so that way he doesn't get too far away from you. He should probably actually just take ski lessons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the time he's 2 to 3, he'll be 2 this year.
He'll be 2 in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say I think we took our youngest when they were like 3. When we went to snow trails, and they were going through the little baby slopes and learn how to do it.
He just can't. He just won't keep the mittens on right now. He won't keep the gloves on, so that's a big problem.
He likes to touch the snow.
He does. He really does.
He cries when his hands get cold.
Well, he cried on. When did we get that snow? Sunday.
Yeah.
He cried on Sunday because Dad went out to shovel the driveway and it was windy and it was like brutally cold out.
Yeah.
And I told him, like, I don't know if you want to go out there. Snowsuit on. I'm like, well, we have to put our gloves and our hat on. No gloves. I'm like, well, we can't go out then if you're unwilling to put the gloves on.
You just gotta let him learn, Beam. His hands will get red and cold and
That's
burning.
happened many times before, but he's still unwilling to do it. Doesn't like the gloves.
Because he can't grab the snow. It's not as easy. He's got to get a fistful of it, Beam. Does he eat it?
No, he hasn't eaten the snow. Directing him to stay away from the yellow snow.
That's key. That's very key. I'm just curious, his infatuation with the snow. Like, just
he
wanting
loves
to touch it.
He loves it.
Just wanting to touch it, though, and not have your hands. Like, my kids, I don't know, I guess when they were maybe 4 or 5, like, they were all about the gloves at that point. And they'd get freezing cold and wet, and they come in and change them. But, yeah. I mean, that would burn bad.
You would think he would learn from like a couple of months ago when we were out there and doing that. And he took his gloves off, immediately started crying like 3 minutes later. And then we had to go inside. Yeah. I'm like, dude, this is what the gloves are for. And for whatever reason, it's not.
You know what you should do is listen, I'll bring some athletic tape in and just tape those bad boys on them.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. My grandma used to have, like, when she was older with us, she lived with us for like last 10 years. And she would like scratch her hand all the time. And it was like a nervous, anxious thing. She used to say she got stung by bees there. I'm like, Grandma, that was like 8 years ago. I think the stinger's still in there. It's not. I promise you that. But my brother went, but she was like scratching it until it was like raw, like it was callousing. And I came back one day and my brother had duct taped oven mitts on her hands. And she was just sitting there.
This is Edward 40 hands,
basically,
but with oven mitts?
But with oven mitts, so she couldn't scratch her hand anymore. And so she was just still sitting there like patting it, whatever. And my mom was like, that's terrible. It's abuse. I'm like, no, it's not. It's saving her hand. Like, the thing is callousing up. I was like, Nate's the only one that had the balls to do what needed to be done. I was like, so I'll get you some.
It's not the worst solution.
It's not. I'll duct tape those gloves on for you. I was just duct taping my daughter's hands yesterday. She was having these calluses. She was lifting at the armory, like Schlegel was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's good because she doesn't want to listen to me at all. So she goes over there and lifts and gets after it and, like, trains hard. I was like, great, this is good for you. And she's like, will you tape my hands? Like, my callus. I go, wear gloves. She's like, I don't like the way they feel. Same
thing.
I mean, I don't care what we're talking about, snow or weights. I'm like, I've got gloves for you that fit a lady. They're women's gloves. I mean, I wore gloves a little bit just because I was like, my hands were like bleeding when I first started lifting in high school. You get a fresh bar, some nice crisp knurl on their beam. It might as well be like a cheese grater in your hand.
Seriously.
And it hurts so bad. Your hand cleaner thing's just rolling through your thumb, just cutting it up.
Ugh.
I mean, I would have blood dripping down my thumb while I was lifting. It was terrible. And then you tear off the callus. It'd just be raw piece there. So she's like, will you tape them? So I'm like, all right. So I got some tape, wrapped it up, and she looked like a little boxer. So, like, that's the solution. We'll just tape them up, Beam. Get those guys on there and be like, all right, there you go, Billy.
Be good to go.
They're ready to go.
Throwing snowballs and eating yellow snow. I saw this yesterday from Ross Dellinger. Very good article. Said last spring during intense and at times heated negotiations over the future of the college football playoff, leaders of the Big Ten and the SEC threatened to create their own postseason system if they were not granted a majority of the college football playoff revenue.
We'll do it ourselves.
And full authority over the playoff format. In the end, executives of the 10 FBS leagues and Notre Dame signed a memorandum of understanding, handing control over to college football's 2 richest conferences. Soon they're expected to exercise that control. Fast forward in the article, according to most who have viewed the memorandum of understanding from last spring.
I wonder who these people are that viewed it outside of like the
conferences themselves, the athletic directors, commissioners, everyone who was involved in that.
I mean, that ACC contract with ESPN is apparently in a vault where they keep the Declaration of Independence.
Can't steal that.
Nicolas Cage could, but that's it. I mean, you'd have to. It would be American National Treasure number 3.
So this happened last spring before we even got to the 12-team playoff, which we saw this year. The SEC and the Big Ten. Listen to this and how wild this is. The SEC and the Big Ten hold sole discretion on the future college football playoff format starting in 2026. The agreement grants the league's decision-making powers over the formats, but directs them to have meaningful consultation and collect input from other conferences before making their decision. Everyone signed it last spring, including Notre Dame, 10 FBS conferences. Fast forward now to February of 2025, and the Big Ten and the SEC are literally taking control of the college football playoff and the format that it is going to follow leading in for the next couple of years. Now, what the format is, we don't know. It's between a 14-team and a 16-team decision, what they're going to do. But leaders in each conference the last several weeks have spent evolving a format idea on the 14 or 16-team model. 4 automatic qualifiers from the SEC and the Big Ten, 2 each to the ACC and the Big 12, 1 to the highest-ranked Group of 5 champion, and it includes 1 to 3 at-large spots, depending on if they go to a 14-team or 16-team. But one of those are intended for Notre Dame if it finishes ranked inside of the top 14.
If it does that, but the Big Ten SEC are going to get 8. And this is the reality. When the SEC did not get 4 teams in this year, they were going to try to pull this lever. And Tony Petitti's probably feeling pretty good. Like, hell, we got Indiana. They were a gift. They threw us in there.
No one was expecting that.
USC was pooping their pants. Like, I thought for sure the Big Ten, I'm like, okay, Ohio State, Penn State. I didn't think Michigan would be as good this year. Oregon, you thought would get in there. But, you know, the suspects you would have at the top, throw USC up there, throw a Michigan in that conversation.
Iowa, if they have a really good season.
Iowa,
they've done it before.
At some point, you would think that they could be in there. Wisconsin's been in that mix. So, like, there's a handful of other teams you could see for those, you know, the hanging off that 4th spot. But what's wild is, like, I don't think the SEC had a 3rd team or a 4th team that was worthy of it. Like, they were, you talk about all the talent that was recruited there and all this and that. Lane Kiffin, you lost to the worst team in the SEC, Ole Miss. You lost to them. And then you lost to Florida, who also was unranked. And don't give me this, like, well, this team is good and this team is that. And I understand Florida was playing much better at the end of the year.
You wouldn't understand it unless you played or coached in the SEC. And from their vantage point, that's
exactly
what they say.
That's great. I can tell you, they have good players. I'm not denying that. And they probably have they have better overall conference depth in the Big Ten. But at some point, like, your teams have to go out and play. The assimilation of talent is not guaranteeing that you're going to have a quality team. Like, Alabama lost to Vanderbilt, and they still would have gotten in had they not lost to Oklahoma at the end of the season. And by the way, got smoked by Oklahoma. It's like 24-3. And offense has Ryan Williams and Jalen Milroe, who, like, we're talking about being I don't think he's a first. Probably he's a 2nd-round pick. Like, and it's your quarterback. You have one of the best young wide receivers in the country. And that's what you're putting out there? 3 points against an Oklahoma defense that wasn't very good?
Yeah.
What are we doing? So I don't want to hear this nonsense. I don't know. I don't dislike this all on its face, but I dislike how we got there and why we got here so quickly.
Yeah, and it's been a secret, apparently, for the last year, because last spring everyone signed off on it.
Said it was supposed to be unanimity to make a change before 2026.
Yeah, and
apparently not.
Now that's not the case, because the SEC and the Big Ten have seized control of the college football playoff. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Watching slowdowns on 315 northbound just past 670. There's a crash with the right lanes blocked off. Also, slowdowns on the southeast side on 33 westbound. We've got the left shoulder blocked off just past Gender Road. And for our drivers out in Newark, still watching slowdowns on State Route 16 heading westbound because of a crash east of Granville. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Ready to hit the road in a new car? With Pathways, enjoy up to 90 days with no payments and low auto loan rates. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed.
Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the Northwestern Wildcats at the Shot on February 20th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. This February 21st and 22nd, honor the timeless wedding tradition and let Diamond Cellar's Blue Box be a part of your forever. Celebrate wedding weekend with buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special no-interest financing on engagement rings. Find your something blue and so much more at Diamond Cellar. February 21st and 22nd on Selmo Road or at Easton Town Center.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Welcome to the plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, hey, a fan show where you can be the star. Sundays at 11 is the new fan call-in show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Your calls, your tweets, your voicemails, your opinions. You can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. The fan call-in show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Sundays at 11 on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is real simple and effective. It's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up here, top of the 8 o'clock hour, Schlegs, he's going to join the program. We'll talk all things about his 21st wedding anniversary, getting ready for the Buckeye Cruise, all kinds of good stuff coming up with him around 8 o'clock this morning.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Speaking of the aforementioned Anthony Schlegel, Shark, it's got him fired up today.
You're in there rocking a jockstrap and a lab coat, you know? Like, you got to pee in a cup. You want to make it uncomfortable and not pee in the cup all the way? Fine. We'll make it super uncomfortable and stand right here.
He's the one that got to stand there and watch. Take samples. Love that job.
Not only had to watch, he had to dip the sticks in the pee.
Oh, okay.
Probably get COVID anywhere.
Yeah, I guess. Zach Werenski last night had another assist, the only assist of the game, because we scored 35 seconds in and then didn't score over the last.
We're going to win.
59 and a half minutes. Sweden, the only team in the face-off that didn't lose in regulation. They were this close to winning all 3 games, but they didn't get it done, and they're on the outside looking in. But Zach is the first defenseman in the last 20 years to record at least 5 assists in a single NHL international tournament. So that's terrific news. Could we see a Days of Thunder sequel?
Ooh.
NASCAR Hall of Famer Jeff Gordon wants one and said that he's been in touch with Tom Cruise about making it happen. Of course, the original featured Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. She isn't going to return.
Why not?
Robert Duvall, he isn't going to return.
Why
Robert
not?
Duvall's got to be...
Oh, he's almost 100.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's getting up there. That first one was made in 1990, so it's already 35 years old.
He was old then.
He was old then.
He was in movies with John Wayne.
He was born in the 30s. He's 94.
Yeah.
94.
He's in the Cowboys, I think, with John. I remember watching my dad. I'm like, is that Robert Duvall? Because I recognize his voice. And he's like, yeah. Like, he was commonplace. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, you forget about those guys, and they're not in the movie for a while, and all of a sudden, like Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman's another one who hasn't been in a movie.
Gene Hackman's almost 100.
Guys, Robert Duvall was Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes, he was.
That was shot in the 60s.
Yeah, Gregory Peck. Anyway, I'm not sure if that has me juiced or not. I love Days of Thunder. It got a lot of criticism from the NASCAR community because they said it wasn't real.
But of course not.
I thought it was really entertaining, and I'm not sure.
Top Gun is real? Dude's doing the inverted and whatever?
I'm going to buzz the tower.
Not sure I want to see a sequel on that one.
You want to see Bob Duvall out there. Do you think they'll finish it the same way they finished the first? Do you remember the ending of the first one?
Yeah.
Shark?
Oh, yeah. When Tom and Robert are in a race
down the track.
On pit road.
Here's what's amazing is Tom Cruise is probably about as old as Robert Duvall was the first time.
You're right.
I think Tom Cruise is almost my age. He's got to be.
Oh, he's 62.
62? Is that what he is?
I think he is. 62?
Okay.
Did I nail it, Beam?
A little younger than me then.
Yeah, he's not retired.
He was born in the...
He's still doing Mission Impossible 38.
Was he born in the 3rd of July?
Yes.
Yeah. And starred in the movie Born on the 4th of July.
You just look a tad older than him.
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
Thanks, Beam. Don't let that white hair fool you. I dyed my hair,
Yeah, it looks good.
So Beam's
really
lost 50 pounds over here, Shark. He's feeling froggy, feeling fresh.
He's getting cocky over
I
there.
got a lack of sleep from last night.
He's getting like Cam Ward cocky over there.
Yeah.
Cam says,
absolutely.
I'll remember if you don't draft me.
That's great.
Bob, what has you juiced?
Oh, man. What's got me juiced? Got to feel a little better than yesterday. Got some stuff taken care of for my guys. My Marine dudes. I mentioned the Rocky Boots. We got all that situated, structured yesterday. So pretty excited about that. I haven't told them. I'm just going to let it be a little surprise for them. Pretty excited. I got Schlegel birthday tank top, which we'll hear about here in a minute, coming up at 8:03 or whenever, 8:05 when we play our guy Schlegel again. His birthday's March 1st. Schlegel will be 44 years old, I believe. He just celebrated his 21st wedding anniversary, and so I got him a birthday tank, which he got the same size as my son. He was, get me a large. Or just said, get me a large. I said, okay. I'm wearing an XL because I'm not getting into that. But okay, Schlegel, you do that. So all that's got me juiced. And let's listen to Shark. Speaking of lefties, since we're talking about you, let's listen to one of the most famous left-handed quarterbacks in NFL history, Mr. Steve Young.
I've always said for the kids, the one thing that I want you to be able to have is the ability to do hard things, to be vulnerable enough to recognize when you've screwed up and then go fix it. It's unnerving because you know as a kid what you learn most is how to grind it out. And if you steal that from kids, the struggle, but then how do you put your kids in a situation where they're struggling when you can fix it? You don't need to struggle. I can fix that. And then your kids can grow up with resenting you because you're like, you let me struggle when you could have fixed it. So it's a dynamic that's super complex. I hope that I have not stolen from the kids in a way that could really hurt their development because they didn't get the challenge or the at-riskness that I think is super important. I've read parenting books. I've asked people questions a lot. How do you do this? But man, parenting is a white knuckle experience.
It's more of an art than a science, but let the kids struggle. They got to figure things out on their own, got to solve problems all together. Beam, what's got you juiced?
The fact Meredith got back last night, it's got me juiced. Fired up about that. She spent the day in Vegas yesterday, just hanging out on the strip with a little layover, playing some craps, playing some roulette, all kinds of good stuff. On the parenting experience, Willie's going to struggle today. No phone time for him. Hold it. No, dude.
Listen to this guy this morning say you do not let your kids have phones.
It's like, dude, he turns into a straight up gremlin.
Of course. Of course, because that's what it does to him. Do not let your kids have phones.
It is awful. So no screen time today. Screen time's over. Hear that? We watched Moana like 600 times this weekend, but Moana's fine on the screen. Phone, not so much. That's got me fired up. Also fired up to get to listen to Schlegs. He's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan. Before Bob reads this.
It's absolutely, Beam. Hey, I want to tell you about my friends at Affinity Whole Health. I've trusted them for 7 years with testosterone replacement therapy. Why? Because it's natural for our bodies to lose testosterone over time. Leads to brain fog, fatigue, low muscle, sex drive. All those things begin to disappear. If you want to feel like you did in your prime, get your energy back. Better mood, higher sex drive, increased muscle mass. Get started for free at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Affinity is local. They're great. They're accessible. And they ship their treatments right to your door 2 days after your visit. Go to feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Now we get a chance to listen to Schlegs next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Tuesday. 315 northbound just past 670. Very slow moving because of a crash blocking the right lanes, and slow moving as well on the southeast side. That's on 33 westbound just near Gender Road due to a crash. And then drivers out in Newark, watch for slowdowns still on State Route 16 headed westbound. There's a crash east of Granville. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Attention hockey fans, score the ultimate experience powered by Verizon. Verizon is giving 2 lucky winners the chance to win 4 tickets to the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series at Ohio Stadium on March 1st. Plus 50 participants will have a chance to win a $50 gift card. Just stop by a participating Columbus Verizon store by February 18th to enter. Get your shot at this unforgettable experience. Hurry to a participating Columbus Verizon store today to enter.
Must be legal U.S. resident of Ohio, age 18 years or older to enter. Void where prohibited. For official rules and full details, visit 971thefan.com/Verizon.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
Hey, we've all been there. It starts as a nuisance, something you just put up with. It's that joint pain. It starts to hurt, impacting everything in your life, whether it's your knee, your back, your hip, your shoulder, walking, climbing stairs, even getting out of the car, moving around. It all hurts. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And I'm talking about that always there, that nagging pain, the stuff that I had when I got done playing professional football. It was in my knee. So what did I do? I went to see my friends at QC Kinetics. Their groundbreaking new treatments for arthritis pain provide long-term relief. The regenerative treatments are sweeping the nation. They're right here, right in Columbus, Ohio, under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. So here's what you want to do. Go to QCkinetics/Columbus, because I'm going to tell you this, it's not going to get better with time. You can't wish it away. They've got an office in Dublin, one in Gahanna, or give them a call at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Are you looking for a new ride? And do you want the best experience and service in the city? Yes? Good. Go see my guys at Jermaine Lexus. The all-new 2025 TX is back in stock and arriving daily. Plus, they've got great 42-month leases for the 2025 NX350 all-wheel drive that start at $399 a month. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please do stop in. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations, Dublin, Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and by the time that you're hearing this message, I'll be down 50 pounds. That is 50. I recorded this last Thursday when I was down 48 pounds, and yep, I've probably already hit 50 by now. That's how fast Awaken 180 works. Now, how many hours of working out did it take? How many parties did I have to skip? Not that I party anyways, but how many did I have to skip? None. How many injections did I have to take? None. Zero. Nada. I did it by eating to lose weight with Awaken 180. That's it. Just over 2 months, I've dropped 50 pounds without making my life miserable. Maybe you're rocking a XXX like me, size 40 pant. Maybe you're swimming in your XXXs and thinking about what life would feel like in an XL. I promise you, if I can do this, so can you. Awaken 180 is simple. The coaches are awesome, and the results come quick when you're doing it the correct way. It's not only about hoping to lose weight, it's about knowing that you will. Awaken 180 Weight Loss makes it simple. You can get started and see for yourself. Reserve your consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone. Up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the Northwestern Wildcats at the Shot on February 20th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good morning, I'm Mark Bishark. The 8th-ranked Ohio State women blew a 13-point halftime lead, then wound up beating Iowa 86-78 in overtime. In Columbus, freshman Jelani Cambridge scored 29 points for the Buckeyes. Cody McMahon added 25. Columbus Crew signed goalkeeper Patrick Schulte to a contract extension that keeps him in a Columbus uniform through the 2027 season. Schulte recorded a career-high 10 shutouts last season. He's only 23 years old, but is already entering his 4th season with the Crew. They finished the round-robin portion of the Four Nations face-off yesterday in Boston. Nathan McKinnon scored a pair of goals as Canada defeated Finland 5-3, and the U.S. lost to Sweden last night 2-1. In the championship game on Thursday, the U.S. beats Canada. This Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. With a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews, the choice is clear. Awaken180weightloss.com.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour 3 for us here on a Tuesday. Coming up momentarily, Schlegel, he's going to join us. And then at 8:30 this morning, Uncle Beau.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
Buckeye women's basketball, two back-to-back wins in overtime. Took down Iowa yesterday, a nice little matinee at the Shot. 86-78 in overtime. They're in action in the Hoosier State on Thursday. Will they take on Indiana? Men's basketball in action Thursday as well. Canada 5, Finland 3 yesterday. Gained them entry into the Four Nations final. So it didn't matter what the U.S. did last night. They lost to Sweden 2-1. Matthew Tkachuk was out. Austin Matthews was out. Charlie McAvoy was out. Brady Tkachuk slammed into the cage like first 30 seconds of the game or first minute of the game. He was out. But you do have a rematch now between U.S. and Canada on Thursday evening in Boston to see who's going to claim the Four Nations. So that's going to be can't-miss stuff. And then, as Sharky mentioned there on the update, Patrick Schulte signing an extension with the Crew keeps him here to 2027. Club does have an option for 2028. Let's talk to Schleg, shall we?
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
We head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, checking with our guy. He is Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Schleg Day, buddy. How was the wedding anniversary over the weekend?
Columbus! But it's crapping. Let me tell you guys something. Buddy. It was an amazing weekend. I'm going to start it off with this. First, they had the rodeo Saturday night. I'm talking to my buddy Aaron DeLong down there at Durango. She kind of runs things. I said, hey, let's make everybody country again. Bam! All caps, Schlegs 20, you get 20% off Durango boots. That's for everybody else. 2, Schlegs 20, SCHLEGS 20. That's for you guys, okay? 2, I go to Trish's inauguration as the lieutenant governor. It was like a team reunion / before it started, I told Steph, I was like, this is just like, I feel like I'm in a team meeting. And side nugget, he said, my players probably think we're in a team meeting. Right after I said that, I look at Jeff Ulnick, I'm like, see, this is amazing. And Carl Gadish sang the national anthem. Schmidt Dog gave the opening prayer. Roy closed it down with the benediction. He was amazing. Trish knew everybody's name in the Capitol building already after like 5 days. It was so impressive. So excited for him. And then we celebrated the Ebners in their wedding. And we celebrated our 21st. And it happened to be Dougie Fresh and his mom's 21st anniversary as well there. So we had 3 people that were super smart and got married on Valentine's Day. So it was a celebration, man. What a great weekend. And then the Columbus Fury last night beat the number 1 team in the league.
Beat Vegas, right? 3-1?
Yeah, beat Vegas. 3-1.
So they were fully activated and ready to go, Schlegs?
Oh,
you started them
the
fast?
crap out of them. Their piss was so hot. People were spiking people in the face. Ladies were taking balls off the face. You know, blocking with their face.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was amazing. I was so proud of them. They're good. Let's go. They're getting better, man. They're getting better.
How was the couples massage that you and Steph got on your anniversary? In between somewhere in the inauguration and the wedding and reception, you somehow managed to smoosh in a couples massage.
Yeah, Kelly Douglas, she runs that joint. She's, you know, that's McDizzle's mom, man. DJ McDizzle, my guy. So we went over there, had some bourbon. It was the commentary of my massage versus probably regular people. My wife's just over there laughing at me, and I just like, this feels amazing. You know, like, hey, how much pressure are you doing? Like, all you got. That's what it is. Like, if you feel something in there, get it out of there. You know what I mean? And it was a fast and furious Friday to be said, because we had, I had work, then we had the inauguration, then we had the couples massage, then we had the wedding.
Jeez.
Then we went back and she flew out at like 6 a.m. the following day. So it was bumpy, but we got it done. Great day.
He is Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. How's everything else going? You doing all right? I mean, we obviously got a lot of Buckeyes preparing for the Combine, 15 of them Schlegs who are going to get ready to head to Indianapolis. I want to say next week is when that's going on over there in Indy. So we got 15 guys heading over there. What are your message to them? I know you guys had a chance to talk to Lathan yesterday.
Yeah, Lathan's amazing. The Combine is literally a thumbs up, thumbs down, or keep looking at the film. And, with what the guys did, like this is a unique year because the championship is all the way in January 20th, and you got basically 4 weeks to prepare because you need to take a week off to let your body heal. And how are you going to be able to put your best foot forward? Like everybody else, hell, if you didn't go to a bowl game, you've had, 8 to 10 weeks to prepare where these guys have had 4. So it's like, hey, pump the brakes. I think you're going to see people that go longer in the college football playoff not do some of the things at the combine, so they have more time to prepare. They can probably do drills and obviously all the Q&A, but the 40s and the bench, like you just haven't had time to necessarily train for those things, because those things you have to specifically train for. It's very different than, hey, we're just playing football. Like it's just a different, it's a different program, honestly, than what you need to be on. So, but again, I'm excited. I'm excited for Will in this year. I'm excited for all of them, man. We got a lot of guys. There are some guys that weren't invited that I think will have a great pro day. And it doesn't matter, man. The league is all about fits. So, yes, the goal should be you want to be drafted. You want to be drafted as high as you possibly can. But most importantly, you want to be drafted to a team that you fit with, that you have an opportunity that you can make a roster. So that's kind of how I've always looked at the combine. But nonetheless, I'm excited for these guys. And side nugget, it was amazing to see Mr. and Mrs. Carpenter yesterday at the Armory. And I felt terrible because Bob and I were going to be able to sit down and have a convo for the first time besides on a podcast. And I'm like, and he got me this sweet Gitmo, sitting right next to me, the sweet Gitmo tank top that I can't wait to wear today when I do bench with
It's your
John
birthday
Simon.
present. You got to hold off on that, Schlegs.
Okay, I won't sweaty it up today then. I'll wear it only.
Yes, he will.
I will wear it on the day. No, I'm not. Listen, man, if he told me to do that, it's my birthday present. So I will save it, I will pack it, and I will wear it on my birthday on the cruise.
What is
on the cruise? Oh, I did sign all the helmets and all the balls for the Buckeye Cruise. And Bob, you got to go back and sign all the black balls because you used the wrong marker. Not your fault. Not your fault. Not your fault. Just letting you know that on air. Go Bucks. Anyways, next question.
I don't like that, Schlegs, not at all.
I know. I love you. Keep talking. What's going on, man? It's so cold in Columbus right now.
It is chilly. So you talked about the cruise, T-minus 9 days. So what's your final preparation push look like for that, Schlegs?
My preparation starts from the foot hits the ball, and damn it, man. I mean, I'm still be preparing while I'm on it. We're trying to get the body right, but just lifting heavy, eating thick. You know what I mean? And that's all I can really do when I have a routine like mine, and I live in 2 states and I fly every other week. Like, you got to get in where you can fit it in. But I got baseball. I got to fly back this week to baseball because we got a doubleheader in Georgia where we're taking on the defending state champ of Georgia. It's gonna be a great. I mean, they play tonight, and they got one on Friday, one on Saturday. Then I come back to the Armory. Then I fly down to Miami to hop on the cruise ship to raise some money. I will say this: the thing I'm excited for about the cruise is I'm always excited now because we get to have current guys on the cruise ship, and just their interaction. And Bob, we've been doing this for 18 years, and to kind of bring them into the fold of what it means to give back and be around Buckeye fans and for a great cause in the James Cancer Hospital and Brian's mental health awareness, and it's just great to be around them. 1, after the season because I haven't seen a lot of them, and 2, to be raising money for a great cause and great people in the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer family.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I hope you have a great time, buddy. We'll talk to you next week before the Buckeye Cruise, all right?
All right, sounds good. Live and local, baby. Let's go.
See you, Schlegs. Have a great day.
All right, man. You guys too. Bye.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We got a real Game of Thrones situation unfolding in college football. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Tuesday. 315 northbound, just past 670. Very slow moving because of a crash, blocking the right lanes, and slow moving as well on the southeast side. That's on 33 westbound, just near Gender Road due to a crash. And then drivers out in Newark, watch for slowdowns still on State Route 16 heading westbound. There's a crash east of Granville. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction. And if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at Tri-State Men's Health and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let me introduce y'all to my canes. We got chicken fingers. They hit the spot, baby. Fries are golden crispy, Texas toast crunchy, and they cane sauce creamy rich. One love.
85% of people will experience foot pain in their lifetime. Long-term remedies are scarce. Good Feet Art Supports from the Good Feet Store can help. They are designed to relieve common foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, and they also improve balance and comfort. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Hey, we've all been there. It starts as a nuisance, something you just put up with. It's that joint pain. It starts to hurt, impacting everything in your life, whether it's your knee, your back, your hip, your shoulder, walking, climbing stairs, even getting out of the car, moving around. It all hurts. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And I'm talking about that always there, that nagging pain, the stuff that I had when I got done playing professional football. It was in my knee. So what did I do? I went to see my friends at QC Kinetics. Their groundbreaking new treatments for arthritis pain provide long-term relief. The regenerative treatments are sweeping the nation. They're right here, right in Columbus, Ohio, under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. So here's what you want to do. Go to QCkinetics/Columbus, because I'm going to tell you this, it's not going to get better with time. You can't wish it away. They've got an office in Dublin, one in Gahanna, or give them a call at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today we're looking at temperatures in the single digits. Wind chills will be below 0. Heading into this afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high of 18. Cloudy on your Wednesday with a few snow showers from time to time, high of 20. And then a few snow showers on Thursday with a high of 23. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up 8:30 this morning, Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program. Very excited to get to talk to him. How he spent the weekend hanging out, holiday weekend with the kids. Before we jump into anything else.
Oh, you hear the sound. You know that means it's a Tuesday. It's an appetizer Tuesday. The featured appetizer at Roosters is going to be $3 all day long, and it's one of my favorites. It's the fried pickles. Thinly sliced, breaded, crispy. We think they're a big deal. Dip them in the ranch. I dip them in the spicy ranch, and they're delicious. They're $3 all day long, and they're opening a new Roosters out on 4850 Morse Road in Gahanna. Got a soft launch today, but it'll be open here soon, so go check that out. Now you get a chance to win that $50 gift card, Beam, to just engorge yourself with Roosters while watching USA take down Canada in the Four Nations Army Cup on Thursday night.
614-821-9710. That's the phone number. Get the correct answer into Shark. That's what he said. You're walking away with a $50 gift card to our good friends over at Roosters. Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre, the hyphenator. Where in the world is he at right now?
Newly minted American.
Yes, where is he at? 614-821-9710. Get that into Shark. You're walking away with a $50 gift card to our friends over at Roosters. Sounds pretty awesome. I mean, what he's doing right now. He was in, when you were out last week, he was in Fort Lauderdale. So he's got both spectrums covered. He's got some like summer warm activities, and now he's got some winter activities going on.
Sounds great. Skiing on everything.
Right?
Schlegel is a big skier too.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
Well, maybe some people ski like on snow and water. He just skis around dudes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Downhill variety.
Absolutely. Great arm action.
When's the last time you've skied?
Oh, gosh. It's been a minute. It's 6, 7, pre-COVID.
Okay.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
I didn't ski a ton when I was playing because I was always worried. And Vrabel was like, you wait till you die to ski? He's like, you got hurt doing anything. And so that was kind of my mantra after that. I was like, get hurt doing anything. The problem is my wife is not a skier. My kids are. Like McLean was pumped. She went up to Holiday Valley. I guess they've got a black up there, and she did one of the blacks.
Yeah.
Like, she's all about it. Her and RJ are like passionate skiers. They do the ski club at Arlington. They get to snow trails, and then like after doing that for a couple of years, like I've graduated from this bad boy. Like let's go do some
mountains.
Yeah.
Meredith did a couple of black diamonds out in Utah. That's terrifying.
I came here to ride Giants canoe.
Yeah.
That's like basically what they are.
Hey, we had Mike in studio last week, and we were because we would go over to Mad River frequently in college because I forget what the deal was if you were a college student.
Sure
it was a student discount, and back at that time I think it was like $30. It was like $30.
You get on the North Campus Loop and then take you up there.
It wasn't going out that quite that far to Bell Fountain, but I think it would get you close. It would get you up the lane. So we would go out there, and I mean, I'm pretty sure this was going into his what would be senior season, which ultimately ended up in a national championship. And Mike went with us like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, that was pretty dumb because he didn't know how to ski. That's when he learned how to ski. So he'd be in like his team issued straight up like red bomber pants and jacket going down a hill with no way to stop himself. And I just remember him frequently using the line, I came here to ride Giants, Kudu. And the first hill that he went down, he's like, I'm not messing with these greens. Like, let's just do the big one first. And back at that time, I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Sure. Now looking back on it, that was dumb.
When you're young, you're invincible, man.
It's true. It's so true.
I look at the things. This is no joke. Speaking of skiing, it is no joke. Oh, my gosh, the things that we used to do. So we would go up. We went, a dude named Chad Hubler, who was from Carrollton.
Hubler?
Yeah. We go up there as him. I think Courtney came. I think this was one of the times we would do this. Gosh, we were such idiots. So we went up there. We did a bunch of tubing. I mean, dude, he had his parents had like a boat up there. I don't even know what lake it was. Probably about an hour and a half, like north off 71 up here somewhere north. Closer to Carrollton where he's from.
Okay.
And dude, he's got his stepdad's boat out there just whipping us around, dude. We're going like 35.
Tubing's great because it can be as intense as you want it to be.
By the way, we had dueling tubes out there. My kid's like, we should get a second tube on here. I go, no. I go, because your Uncle Age and I did dueling tubes, and like, it's not The tube that I'm worried about is when you crash into the other individual because you don't both whip at the same time. So you go.
One has the momentum.
Oh, boom. And you skip off that tube like you're hitting elbow to head. Who knows what can happen? It's like we're doing that stuff like going to my senior year. And then we tube all day. We're exhausted. I get in the front seat, fall asleep in 2 seconds. AJ starts falling asleep after like 3 minutes, but he's the driver, so that's the irony in that. And Court has to like yell at him the whole time, talk to him on the way home to keep him awake.
It's a great person to talk to for an hour and a half.
He yelled at me. He's like, dude, you just abandoned me up here? I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm tired. Because we like went out the night before. It was Saturday. Then we were going out that night again. I need to get a nap in, of course. But on the way up there, I don't recommend this to anybody. Occasionally they leave the barrels up on the road, on a lane when things are done. I've never understood that. Like, dude, we finished the paving.
You just mean off the side of the road? Or pick up at a later date?
Yeah, like let's say, no, not on the side of the road. Like they still have one lane closed, but it's done.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or at least done as far as you know. So we were driving up there, and I think we were on some sort of 4 lanes. So we each had 2 lanes. We were down to 1, and this guy in front of us was going super slow. And AJ was not having that. So it was freshly paved on the other side, so we may have slid across the barrels and then gassed up past him. There's another guy, so let's pass them too. And then as we realized, there was like a barricade then up there because it wasn't all the way done. And so when you slide in between the barrels going 45, that's one thing. When you're trying to slide back across the barrels going like 85, the first is like whoosh. Whoosh on the way back, and then we're whoosh, 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 whoosh. He's like, all right, 1, 2, like
big cut.
Oh, huge cut, almost probably flip his Tahoe. I mean, it was amazing. I just look at that. I'm like, dude, this is all in like the same day. I'm like, we're lucky none of us just broke each other's skull with like a knee to the head.
We're flirting with disaster the entire day.
Oh yeah, then we did that a lot, because when you're young, you don't know the repercussions of your actions. No. So it's super easy to say, hey, like, let's go cliff diving. We'll just jump off this. Make sure someone's done it before. Yeah, there's the spot. I mean, we would just do a lot. We would go cabrewing and we'd jump off these trees into water. And, like, you're climbing up a tree that has 2x4s that were nailed in there, like, 40 years ago.
It'll be good. It'll hold me.
It's all wet and slick. Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that you have to climb up and get so far over the water, because if not, you're just falling in the water. By the way, deepest like 5 or 6 feet, and you're jumping like 15, 20 feet off into it. If you fall off on the way up, you're falling like onto the bank or onto like 2 feet of water, which then you'll separate your shoulder. We would do all that all the time. It made no, looking back on it now, I mean, I would be furious at my kids if I knew they were doing it. That's why I tell them, like, if you're going to do something stupid, calculate the risk and don't tell me about it.
Well, because you know that they are.
I hope so. Take some foolish risks, some small ones. Do some of that stuff.
Maybe don't drive past the barriers on 71.
Dip inside the barriers into the construction area, pass a couple people, and then dip back over. I mean, it was, those things, that's very ill-advisable. The other things like...
you know what? It's actually impressive because we've been doing the show for almost 4.5 years. That may be the most ill-advised thing that has been said.
If I told you we only did it once, that would also be a lie. That's the problem. Once you do it once, it emboldens you and it
going back.
It empowers you. Like, it worked out last time.
Are you a Sith Lord?
I mean, when it works one time, you lean back into it, man. It's terrible. Like, all right, I remember we did this before. Let's pass this guy.
It worked out just fine. Congratulations. Who's the winner of the $50 Roosters gift card, Shark?
Matt.
Text. Oh, yeah, I just got the text. Matt from Canal Winchester. He's the winner of the Roosters gift card. Where is Jean-Luc Grand-Pierre at?
It's in West Virginia.
West Virginia. Snowshoe.
Snowshoe down there. It's
Lodge
like
is on
5 hours.
top of the mountain. You ski
Sounds
right
great.
down.
I like it.
It's an interesting
I'm
situation.
happy Matt won.
I am too. Thrilled for Matt. He gets to spend the $50 however he wants to at Roosters. A lot of ways he can go with that. Uncle Beau, he's going to join us here in 2 minutes, talk about what in the world is happening with the college football playoff next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. We've got a crash on 670 westbound near the 270-670 split, blocking the left lane. That's right near Cassidy Avenue. Also, I-70 eastbound coming in from the west side. The right shoulder slightly blocked off just past Wilson Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Let Diamond Seller's Blue Box be a part of your forever. Join us February 21st and 22nd for Wedding Weekend and save big on wedding and anniversary bands. Plus, enjoy special no-interest financing on engagement rings. Visit Diamond Seller on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
It's Tuesday. It's 8:30. Let's check in with our favorite uncle in the entire world. See how he's doing.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by High Bank Distillery, home of the best blended whiskey in America. Grab a bottle or dine in at their 3 restaurant locations, Grandview, Gahanna, and now in Westerville. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
What's up, Bunk? How you doing?
Well, you know.
A couple days off, President's Day.
Oh, dude. It was, you guys familiar, there was an 80s action series based on a Vietnam veteran who was not embraced when he returned home the way that he had hoped. And he was the type of guy who could eat the type of things that would make a billy goat puke. And so they sent him back to Nam because there were some POWs there. And he was captured by the Russians, the Soviets. They captured him. And then they lowered him into a feces combination, and then put leeches on him. That's basically what my weekend was. When they pulled John Rambo out and he's just covered in leeches and feces, that's basically how my long weekend was.
Bob. How could that be? I mean,
sounds pretty good.
Knee deep in puke.
You're hanging with the boys, man.
You guys got the virus.
They're just that sick.
Oh, dude. I mean,
got to wash the hands more.
Buddy,
Sanitize.
Listen, I got sturdy stock. I'm okay. I got through it just unfettered. No sickness for me. NBC remains clear. Everybody else was taken down. They were just mowed down. So all plans for the long weekend of getting out and perhaps leaving the lovely state of Ohio for a couple of days to seek some sunshine, all derailed.
So did you start eating your dad's peanut butter? Do you think that's the key?
Dude, did I do that? I can't remember. He did it again.
Yeah, you told me.
Left it on the counter. I
think he's just trolling. I think he's trolling you now. I think he knows.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's up to. I'm to the point now where it's all in play, I think. I mean, he's approaching 80, so like it's possible that he's lucid. It's also possible that he's not.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you this.
Could you tell the difference?
No.
Okay.
Same. And Beav, it's a very good question because I think about for my whole life, I don't know that I could tell the difference.
That's even better.
Pretty much one note.
I asked.
Pretty much one note my entire life. There was not a whole lot of variance.
I'm going to tell you this, Beau. My parents, they've got some cattle. They've had like 7 or 8 calves over the last like month and a half, including some of this sub-zero crap where you've got to go out and blanket them and make sure they don't die. But I'm telling you, we got a great opportunity to steer some of those with your boys. So if you want to come down here in a couple months, we can get NBC, get him. And I mean, it's not quite the vast Ponderosa that you have, but we don't do it with quite the equipment. My brother and I basically kind of tackle them and just pin them against the fence and get out
to brand them.
To band them, yeah.
No, to brand them. Do you brand them that way, or you don't brand?
Oh, we don't
Why
brand
don't you
them.
brand?
Because they have a fence, dude. It's not open.
Well, so do
range.
we, but like it's the law. I mean that. They come in the state of Montana. That's part of it. You got a brand.
We're just in there. We're just castration.
Breaking the law
we're just castration down there is all we're doing.
Just castration.
Yeah, we're cutting some sacks off. I mean, this would be a great opportunity for the boys to get down there.
Do you do the rubber bands on the testes, or do you just slice it?
We don't knife them. We band them. So it's a little more humane, I guess, than just straight laceration. It's a little tougher.
All sucks.
It does. I mean, as long as you're not the cow, it's good. But getting the aforementioned cow to the ground is sometimes easier said than done.
I would tell you that if it was a way of life for us, I didn't know anything else. But in retrospect, like for example, if I took my wife to a branding at Merrimack Cattle Company and she saw at my uncle's joint, which is a really big cattle operation, if I took him there and said, here you go, watch, I'm not sure she'd have the stomach for it. From roping to branding to dehorning to castration, like all the steps. Tagging them. I don't know. I don't think she could. I don't know that the boys could stomach it, quite honestly. Like it's just the only way I knew, so it's what it was. But boy, that's pretty traumatic. About 10 minutes, I'll tell you that.
Yellowstone looks so nice on TV.
It really does. Great scenery. Really.
They don't show what happens inside the barn, Beau, is a little bit different. They don't really film a whole lot in there.
They weren't also filming in February when it's 30 below zero, I noticed. It's a lot of really nice, beautiful falls and late summer days, as it appears to me.
I know that we like to do a lot of comparing what's going on in the world to TV shows, and it feels like there was a real Game of Thrones situation brewing in college football with the Big Ten and the SEC basically just taking over the college football playoff format. And it's really crazy to me. Like, they signed the memorandum last spring, the 10 conferences in college football, Big Ten and the SEC, and said, if we don't like the way it's going, then we're just going to take over. And it looks to be in 2026 that the Big Ten and the SEC said, okay, the time for fun is over. We're going to 14 or 16 teams, and we're going to make sure that we have the most teams qualify via automatic qualifier process.
They should. I mean, they're the two best conferences. They're the two wealthiest conferences. I mean, not all is fair in love in college football, so it's kind of always been this way. I do hope. What I hope is, ideally, I hope you get to a point where we get some regionality back, and I hope we get to a point where the SEC and the Big Ten represent much bigger swaths of teams than they currently do, and maybe there's a North and a South, and they're split up into divisions, and maybe we can revert. You know how like the streamers are trying to reverse engineer cable.
Yeah.
Like, cable was pretty good.
It'd be great if you could just
paid
put
like $120 and you could get like everything you wanted. It was all there. You could bounce around. There wasn't any big delays. It was wonderful when college football had regional powerhouses where you could be a team from the West and you'd play teams in the West, and then maybe you get to see from the Midwest. So maybe they can reverse engineer like the old Pac-12 and we can get some regionality back to the sport. I think that would be nice. I hope it doesn't stay at the numbers that they're at now, but I think that's probably what it's going to be. They've got to get rid of the conference championship games if they're going to 16, don't they? I mean, we can't keep acting like those matter.
You would think, but
right?
I just...
you got to get rid of those things.
I mean,
like, if you're going to go to 16 teams, like, what are we doing? You cannot play. You guys saw that? Like, January 27th, they're trying to play the national championship game, man. You're going to be playing in a closet, brother. I mean, you can't go the day after the AFC, NFC championship games. You can't play that Monday. No one's going to talk about you.
And that's what... I saw Aaron Murray was proposing, like, push it up like 2 or 3 weeks, the whole season, which I'm not against. I'm not opposed to. I mean, if you want to start games mid-August, SEC plays most of those games at night anyway. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing, because you've got to get away. You've got to get back to where you're finishing up, Beau, that 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, right there, that first weekend after New Year's, because that's kind of where the sweet spot is.
I kind of gave a blueprint for this. Have week 1 be week 0. So you just move it back a week. You play week 1, week 0. You play it straight through. You play the Ohio State Michigan weekend. You go back to how it was. You play it the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You give the next weekend off. So the Saturday of Thanksgiving, you play Army Navy. You hand out the Heisman. Fine. And then the next weekend you go, and you play. You play the 3 weeks in December. You play the national semifinals on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and you crown a national champion by January 9th, 10th, somewhere like that, and you're done.
Done before the playoffs start.
You got it. You can't. I mean, you guys saw it. I mean, we have Feinbaum on every week, and I'm like, he always jokes, like, in August, they got him on all the time, and then once the NFL stops on, like, Get Up, he's done. Yeah. Same thing here. Like, the Monday of the national championship game, Get Up's like, yeah, we're good. We got NFL stuff to discuss.
It's their product, too.
Right. It's their product. They gave it away. Like, because they had all sorts of conflicts with it with college basketball and stuff. So like, yeah, I think you got to be done. You got to be done that 9th, 10th. I think we can all see it. But it seems like they won't. I don't know where they think the money. Obviously, it's the money. So the money that they think must be there playing into January, deep into January, I don't see it.
So my stepdad, he likes to watch the diners, dive-ins and drives.
Yeah,
big Guy Fieri guy. And he texted me this past weekend. He goes, "You ever heard of this place called High Bank in Columbus?"
My guys, yeah.
He was watching the episode this past weekend. He was like, "Why have you never taken me there?" I'm like, "It's a great point." So the next time he comes up, that's where we're gonna go. He's like, "Man, their nachos looks awesome." He's like a big bourbon guy too.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, we could for sure get that done." Like,
yeah, I take care of
100%
Nephew Beam on that. We'll take care of you. Tell Adam and the folks down there that you'll be stopping by. Yeah, the food's unbelievable. Bourbon dropped a couple of weeks ago. That's been a delight. Sold out very quickly. So that's been a good one. They're such great people, great partners, great all of it. So that's kind of a no-brainer. But that was big to see them on there.
Before we get you out of here, I know you're out Friday and obviously yesterday. News kind of dropped on Thursday, probably during your show, I'm guessing. I mean, I was down there with Jessup in Cuba, so the time is a little bit skewed.
Were you really? You were at Guantanamo?
Oh, yeah, Coach.
How did I miss that, dude?
I don't know. You were like
you were at Gitmo?
Yeah, for a whole week.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah. Did we walk the whole fence? I mean, I met with...
were you in the whites?
No.
God, I hope you weren't in the whites like
the
Kathy.
Whites down there. Major Engel and me. I mean, by the way, Beau, you'll love this.
You, Lieutenant Weinberg?
Exactly.
What are you going to do? I mean, come on.
So they've got a picture, a wall of every commanding officer, every CO who has run the Marine and patrolled that wall since inception, like in 1925 or 1918 or whatever the heck they started taking these pictures of guys. But there's like a lot of them. I meet Major Engel. I was like, hey, where's the picture of Jessup? He's like, down here, down the hall. And I was like, I mean, seriously, like joking. He's like, no, down here. And I got a picture with me and him. I'll send it to you in between. And then it's like April 8th, 92 to April 9th, 92, and it's a picture of Jessup on the stand.
What a day. That's amazing.
It's amazing. Just sitting there. They just lean into it, man. Like, what else are you going to do? But I wanted to get your thoughts real quick on just the Matt Patricia hiring and like what people are thinking maybe a little bit up north.
Well, a little bit of name that kind of surprised me a little bit last week when I saw it kind of start to come to the cream, kind of rising to the top with that name. But at the same time, like Ryan has certainly earned the right to hire whoever the heck he wants. He's won a national title. I do like the idea of getting fresh ideas in, and usually that works. Saban was a big proponent of that when he would hire coordinators, try to hire somebody with some new dust on them that you could maybe learn something from. I don't know that I'm curious to see how he is in recruiting and how he is in salesman and all of that stuff. But I mean, it's not like Knowles was out there doing that all that much anyway. You got some great lieutenants who are out there that can do a lot of that work. But look forward to talking to him. Bob, was he the coordinator when you played? Yeah, so you probably have firsthand in terms of his interpersonal stuff. Obviously, he was a little prickly in Detroit, but I don't know if that was just trying to be like Belichick or what. I don't know what his true nature is.
I am inclined to believe, and I was not there with him in Detroit, and I think that's kind of what happened, because I always found him to be like great communicator, very personable, and all of those things.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how this goes, but they're not hiring to be the head coach; they're hiring to be the DC. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I like new ideas and fresh ideas, and let's go and let's see what this all does. I mean, I think one thing that we can all kind of acknowledge is when you win a national championship, there's some rope that you get. So, like, this is what Ryan wants. This is his staff. I'm sure he did it without a whole lot of oversight from anybody else. You get that type of power when you win a national title. So he's got the staff that he wants. This is what he wanted to put together, and let's see what it all looks like once we get to spring ball.
Godspeed with the virus, Lieutenant.
Yeah, we're in the clear now.
Okay.
Thank you, nephew. We're in the clear now, but it was certainly not. I will tell you this, little tease for the 9 o'clock. The most clutch performance a child has ever undertaken was undertaken by Beamsy on Friday.
Nice.
And I'll share that. It's the most clutch thing I've ever seen done.
I'm going to enjoy getting out of my silo and listening to that.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Oh, stay out of the silos. I mean, it's suffocating in the silos. Get out there.
Have a great show.
Right.
Have a great week.
See you, boys.
There he goes. Uncle Beau Bishop at this time every single Tuesday with us. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Still watching a crash on 670 westbound. This is just past that 270-670 split. We've got the left lane blocked off just past Cassidy Avenue as crews clear that up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home, go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Winter's here, and as the snow begins to pile up outside, you might find yourself dreaming of warmer days, sunshine, barbecues, fishing, maybe even thinking about those home projects you've been putting off for forever. Why wait for spring to start planning? Now's the perfect time to get ahead. With so many roofing, gutter, and siding companies out there, it can feel overwhelming to know where to begin. With over 30 years of experience and a focus on every detail, Newman Roofing makes it simple. As a family-owned business, they're dedicated to delivering an outstanding customer experience from your first phone call all the way through to the final touches on your home. When it comes to roofing, gutters, and siding, trust the name that's been a local favorite for decades, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Get ready, Columbus. The powerful and reliable 2025 Toyota Tundra SR can be yours for just $349 a month. That's right. Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Drive home in a truck built for adventure, performance, and power, all for an unbeatable price. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Visit Germain Toyota of Columbus today and experience the Tundra for yourself. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or online at germaintoyota.net.
$3,999 down, 39-month lease, plus tax, title, and fees. No security deposit required with approved credit. Offer ends soon. See dealer for details.
Bishop and Friends.
I hesitate to even say this out loud because I don't want to jinx it, but it appears that the middle school parents have mastered the zipper merge.
It's a big deal.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
This ESPN Radio Black History Month moment is brought to you by National University.
Considered one of the best defensive players in NBA history, Bill Russell led the Boston Celtics to 11 championships and won 5 MVPs. In 1966, he became the first black coach in NBA history when he became the Celtics player coach. He led Boston to back-to-back titles in 1968 and 69. He was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 1975.
Built for the dreamers and doers and history makers. Start your journey at nu.edu.
Michelle Smallman here. Dreaming of seeing your team draft their next superstar? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Witness unforgettable moments and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't miss out. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is real simple and effective. It's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS. Get a welcome bonus up to $100 and be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Want to know anything about the fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Welcome, Beau and the boys going to be up after we're done. All kinds of good stuff for them, including a heroic story of a son in the Bishop family, which I'm very much looking forward to listening to that. They're also going to check in with Dane Brugler coming up here at 11:30 this morning, draft analyst for The Athletic. Talk some Buckeyes, perhaps, what's going to go on in the top portion of the draft as well. Jackson Dart already starting to get some love too, Bob. Like, we're never underestimate the overvaluation of quarterback in the NFL.
He's not getting out of the top 7.
Yeah,
is what I saw.
I did too.
Of course. Why not?
Here we go. It's already beginning. It's already starting. Looking forward to your Tuesday?
Yeah. Heading over to Roosters, the new one on Morris Road. So excited about that. Get a little workout in at the pod with Schlegs and try to get still got stuff to cross off my list, things to get done today, stuff I want to try to get wrapped up heading into the weekend so that by next week I feel good heading out for the cruise.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a quick turnaround.
It is. It'll be good. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully talk to my guy Schlegs at some point.
Think he's going to mix white and red wine together again? Or was that like a
Arnie Palmy?
Yeah. That's still one of my favorite stories.
That's a legendary story. That's why. Legends never die. Maybe on his birthday. He's going to be on there for his 44th birthday. I think that might be a time for...
They got something special cooking up for him?
Yeah, Arnie Palmy's on the house. For those that you don't know, the Arnie Palmy is akin to the Arnold Palmer, which is lemonade and iced tea mixed together. Schlegs chose to mix red and white wine together.
Sounds good.
The server looked at him and said, "No, that's white." And he's like, "Put it in there." And he's like, "Okay." He goes, "It tastes great. It's the Arnie Palmy." And I'm like,
I think you're crossing a lot of messages here.
Heavily overserved at the time, and needless to say, he did not make him out past dinner.
Brrr. I think that picture, too, that lives somewhere on the internet of him the next day looking very disheveled, doing some sort of autograph sign.
Oh, I've got the pictures. It looked like a dinosaur. Oh. So hungover. I'm like, Schlegs, you went to bed at 8 o'clock. How could you possibly still feel this bad? You're drinking Arnie Palmies.
That's why, because you're mixing the red and the white, which doesn't seem very good.
But the thing is, if you mix it in your stomach, does it matter if it's mixed in your glass? Like, I'll drink red and white wine on any given night. Like that, I mean, maybe not to the quantities that he was drinking, plus with whatever other thing. Probably
red wine crushes me more than a white wine.
Yeah, you're like my wife. You complain about that.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just telling you.
You just have to drink more.
I fight through it.
You got to drink more.
I'll battle through it just
You
fine.
drink more of it, and then it'll be fine. I mean, I've slowed down my consumption lately, and that's going to be rough.
Same.
I usually ratchet up for the cruise, and I'm probably have to start getting to training.
Going to get you in game shape.
Absolutely.
Got to go. Got to make sure you're good for those beer tastings. You're good for Arnie Palmies.
Oh, I signed up for all of them.
Good.
Beer tasting, Rooster's wing tasting, mixology class.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you going to be the mixologist?
I can mix anything with anything, Bean.
That's the best part about being a mixologist, right?
Never
Sometimes
say no.
it works, sometimes it doesn't.
But it's always drinkable.
Here's a good Negroni recipe for you. 1/3 gin, 1/3 Campari.
Other gin.
1/3 Aperol. Not Aperol. Vermouth. There you go. There's the best Negroni recipe you can have. Meredith hates that, by the way. Like a Negroni.
That doesn't
Campari.
sound good.
Just like it tastes like cough medicine. I love it.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Maybe like
good.
that scissor too, Beam.
What's wrong with that? A little double cup? I'll get you through your day.
Put some more yak in your mug.
Yeah.
You and Lil John? That's perfect.
Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. How many of these three Bengals, Jamar Chase, Tee Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson, will get new contracts this offseason? So the report coming out that the Bengals intend to and plan on franchise tagging Tee Higgins, which means that they have all the way until the middle of July 15th, I believe is the date on that, to come together to a long-term contract extension with him. Trey Hendrickson requested the trade last year. They did not give that to him. He's way outperformed his contract. He's making like half of what Nick Bosa is, I believe. And he's had 17 and a half sacks for the last 2 years. And then the third prong on that is the most valuable prong on there is Jamar Chase. And by the way, the year that he just put in, Triple Crown in the NFL for receiving.
So
price ain't going down.
Here's the thing. If you're going to franchise tag Tee Higgins, you'd better be doing that with the intention of signing him. Because it's not like you're in your window and you have like one more year to hit this. Like that was supposed to be this year. You've already started to shed stuff. So if you're not building a long-term plan of how to get this done, that is not advisable.
1, 2, or 3, or 0. Majority.
I'm going to say 2.
Majority is going with 2 and 50%. Bob, I had so much fun with you today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow on a big Wednesday if they allow us? You good with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody have an awesome day. Uncle Beau and the boys, they're up next. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Tuesday to you. Still watching a crash on 670 westbound right near the airport. We've got the left lane blocked off just past Cassidy Avenue. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
It's Senior Day at the Schottenstein Center on Sunday, February 23rd at 12 p.m. Join Ohio State women's basketball at the Schottenstein Center to honor the seniors as they take on Purdue. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Tri-State Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Are you looking for a new ride? And do you want the best experience and service in the city? Yes? Good. Go see my guys at Jermaine Lexus. The all-new 2025 TX is back in stock and arriving daily. Plus, they've got great 42-month leases for the 2025 NX350 all-wheel drive. It started $399 a month. I have been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please do stop in. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations, Dublin, Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And everybody's had these pains, these little nicks, these things that you maybe had an injury when you were younger and you thought it went away. And then all of a sudden as you get older, it starts to creep back. Doing everything, walking up the stairs, doing your favorite activities, golf, skiing, whatever it might be, the summer, the spring, the winter, it hurts. Hey, do not deal with it any longer. The hip, the knee, the shoulder, the back, whatever it is, there's good news. Go to QC Kinetics. They're groundbreaking treatments for that arthritis pain. They're going to make you feel better. The long-term relief, it's now possible. They're right here in Columbus under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. Don't wait. Make the call today. My dad and I did. His knee's starting to feel better. My knee feels better. They've got PRP treatments. They can change your life. I'm telling you right now. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus for your free consultation or give them a call at 380-208-4544. It's not going to go away on its own. They've got 2 offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so check them out.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour. Split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone. Up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on My Plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home, go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLS